It's an after party. I don't got to be like entertaining or anything, right?
I don't know the rules that we've established. We haven't
I don't
done a
think.
lot of after parties recently.
I think the after party doesn't actually have any rules.
Do we ever have rules?
It's the one place I have freedom.
Freedom. Wait, George
Freedom.
Michael freedom or
Charlie and the gang dancing to freedom, kind of freedom.
oh, okay.
Hi guys, welcome back. It's another one of those times where my I'm not done. I have more to say, and I didn't think I did, Jack, because I was going to go watch something funny and get my mind off of this shit, and I go over to YouTube, and of course something comes up that I needed to check into before I went and started watching something funny.
And what did we learn? Nothing.
Yeah, that's correct. I saw Bering's video on Charlie Kirk. I saw Nate the Lawyer's video on it. I watched a little bit of Razor Fist's stream that he did, and they were all fine. It is telling how many people that I watch are talking about Charlie Kirk, and we all say the same thing, like not really even a fan of Charlie, but what the fuck,
right?
And as many people as he has fans, because I mean, there's no getting around the fact the man was popular.
Yeah.
And not trying to diminish that, but it is amazing how even people who are ambivalent to him are like, Jesus Christ, what's going on?
Yeah, it kind of tells you the cultural impact of what we're dealing with here. Like, yeah, this is seriously an important moment in American history, whether anyone wants to admit it or not.
Well, that led me to, I have to, because I'm sharing differently. This kitty is brought to us by Evil One. This is Orange Mama. And I picked her because of her pose. I love this pose. This looks like a fashion magazine model should be laying there in this pose. Like, look how sexy I am by my jeans, right?
Right.
It's just such a cute pose. I fucking love it. But because of the way StreamYards works, I have to take it off the screen and reshare completely to do this other thing. So I'm watching a video from a guy I like. His name, it's Vlogging Through History is the channel. And I'm watching his video, and he spends a large majority of the beginning of it telling us that he doesn't even really know who Charlie Kirk is. But he was asked about it, so he went and looked up who. I don't have a lot of bad stuff to say until we get this here. Alan, thank you so much. He says, "Morning, monkey." Good morning, sir.
Morning, Alan.
I want to applaud the number of very prominent people on the left who, even before it was announced that Charlie Kirk had died, who were speaking very strongly about this. I saw things from Gavin Newsom and Pete Buttigieg and Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders and a lot of other people on the left. And that's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, most of those people are full of shit. The only one that I give any deference to or credibility would be Fetterman.
Yeah. Look, I get what he's getting at here. And if you're naive as fuck, what he just said makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the way they've been speaking about anybody on the right for the past 5 years, because they've been hyping up this whole Nazi fascist bullshit for years. They've been demonizing anybody on the right wing. But the only person that I've ever seen actually have any sincerity was Fetterman. As much as I hate to actually admit that.
True. Frosted said he's impressed by the bare minimum, and yes, he is. But again, you have to understand where he's coming from. He's not a guy who follows politics real deep. I mean, he wasn't even really aware of who Charlie Kirk was. So if you're in the place where you don't even know who Charlie Kirk is, you probably aren't watching politics even as deep as we do. These people they're not saying their actual beliefs. They're covering their ass.
Yeah, they don't want to have any of it shifted toward them because of the things they've said. Real fast. Thank you, Alan. He says, morning, my friend. Good morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well out there.
These people, they went into instant say what we're supposed to say mode.
Yeah.
I mean, on the show earlier we watched, Nancy Pelosi, there's two different clips in that clip of all the violent rhetoric from these assholes of her. But now I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, she said the right thing. So I'm gonna pretend she didn't call me fucking evil for not agreeing with her on shit.
Yeah.
I'm not giving the left deference on this. And this is one place where I do think the right really needs to step up. And I was watching Razorfist talking about this, and he's talking about how there have been a lot of times the right could respond with violence, and we really don't. I'm on the right according to these people, so I'm going to include myself here. But the right doesn't respond with violence. And I saw a tweet that made me chuckle. It said, nobody's boarding up their businesses tonight. The left and the right are different.
That's very true.
It's very true. I don't think we need to resort to violence. They're going to keep doing it, but we don't need to do that. But what we do need to do is stop letting them get away with their shit.
Yeah.
What would happen to CNN if they had constant protests outside of their big office there? Do you remember the 2020 protests, Jack?
Yeah, very well.
Do you remember how the news never had anything negative to say about Antifa? In fact, they ran stories like on CNN about how awesome it was that Antifa was out there doxing people. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look, it was fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Who did they decide the bad guys were? Do you remember?
The white supremacist, right-wing fascists, blah, blah, blah.
There's a very specific group I'm thinking of. It was Proud Boys.
Oh, yeah.
A relatively small group, especially compared to Antifa, who were a reaction to the violence from Antifa.
Look, your hate facts are really hard for them to swallow.
This is the part that's bugging me and keeping me from being able to sleep or enjoy myself, is our media and how this shit is covered. The number of people that I've seen just be complete shitbags on Twitter or on other social media who don't think that there's going to be any repercussion for being that shitbag. And these are people who wanted folks canceled for simply saying things like, women can't become men and men can't become women. Like, how dare you? And these fuckers are out there dancing on the grave of a father who did nothing more than disagree with them.
And talk to them.
I saw somebody responding to someone else, and I said, what they really didn't get is all of these people called Charlie hateful, and he wasn't really hateful. And that's true. Charlie Kirk was not hateful. He was a very, I think the term milquetoast is probably the best description of the guy. And it comes down to the same thing it always comes down to with the left, Jack. I remember years and years and years ago, back when I used to argue on the Bill Maher message boards, there was one guy on there who hated Fox News. And he used to always tell me what Fox News was saying. Never in direct quotes, but, you know, Fox News. And I asked him one time, like, how much Fox News do you fucking watch? Can you guess his answer?
None.
None of it. He'd never seen it, at least by his own telling. But he just knew that they were evil Nazi shitbags. We saw with Milo Yiannopoulos. I mean, that one guy, they go ask him, why are you protesting Milo? And he goes, I don't really know. My friend told me I should. Because they don't actually have to see any of this stuff. They don't have to actually go find the hateful rhetoric that they say they're saying. And then there's the other side of it. On the few who do watch him, hateful rhetoric is simply saying like, hey, we shouldn't mutilate children.
Well, some of these people saying I disagree with you is hateful rhetoric.
Well, this is the group that gave us words or violence.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fairly certain there's still a video on this channel of me responding to somebody literally claiming words were violence. It was Riley Dennis, and he based it on that ugly black dude who pretends he's a chick that was on Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking retard came out and said, words are violence. And Riley made a video like, they're right, words are violence.
To be fair, Riley also thought having a refrigerator was a human right.
Riley thought a man having sex with a woman was gay.
Yeah, him and Nick Fuentes have that in common.
I'll make anybody who believes that words are violence, I'll make you a deal. I will say the worst thing I can to you, and then I'll punch you, and you can decide if they're the same.
No, you know what? Words are paper cuts for the soul.
Instead of that, I will hit you in the knee with a club like Tanya Harding. I will Jeff Galooly your ass. Now, again, I'm not saying I'll do this without your permission. This is you and me have to agree to it. But just so that you can understand that words and violence are entirely different things. Somebody not agreeing with you, it doesn't matter what they're not agreeing with you on. You could be like, hey, cereal is soup. And the other person could be retarded and go, no, it's not. See what I did there?
Yeah, you called me retarded.
That's
I'm
not
not
violence.
saying it's inaccurate, by the way.
Those are just differences of opinions.
Yeah.
And there's shouldn't be anything wrong with differences of opinion.
What? People are allowed to have different opinions? I did not approve this.
The left has done many things over the years to bring us to where we are. And yes, I am blaming the left. I don't know who the shooter was. I don't know what his motive was. I do not know what his political affiliation is, but I don't need to. It is the normalization of political violence is the problem here. And that's where my blame goes. Because not only have they normalized this violence, I mean, do you remember when Milo goes to Berkeley and they try to burn the building? And rather than denouncing the burning of the building, what did the left all say? Oh, those were outside agitators.
Yeah, that they bust in.
And then they say, it's not like they were going to hurt Milo. They tried to burn him alive. They thought he was in the building they were setting on fire.
Yeah.
And none of them paid attention. These people were attempted murderers. They should all be serving 25 to life.
You would think so.
But instead, it's like, Milo Yiannopoulos says things people don't like. Look at this violence he caused.
He's hurtful, so that justifies it.
We're going to watch that CNN or MSNBC clip that we talked about earlier. Because for those of you who didn't see it, it's fucking amazing. Malachi, thank you so much. This was less than 24 hours after Van Jones slandered Kirk. Also, Destiny has a post up calling for Kirk's assassination. Yeah, again, I if you didn't watch the show earlier, I'm not paying any attention to Destiny. I'm not going to do anything to help him get out of the trouble he's in for having child porn on his computer. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, the opinions of people with CP are invalid.
Yep. And as for Van Jones, it was Van Jones and some white lady, right? That were on there. Yeah. I remember seeing the clip. I saw it, I think, yesterday. Or like last night when I couldn't sleep. And yeah, dude, I've had like 4 hours of sleep in the last 2.5 days. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, Jack.
You get used to it. It's fine.
But where I gotta find that clip. Do you have that clip handy, by the way?
No.
What's that dude's name? I'm sure if I just look up MSNBC, it'll be one of the top things that comes up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, I want to make sure it's the right. Can you talk for just a second? I'm sorry.
Sure.
There are two relevant MSNBC clips. And I want to make sure I have the right one.
Yeah. What's up, sexy chat? Just because they're incompetent doesn't get rid of the motive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a weird day, guys.
Okay, that's the second clip I want. Where's the first clip? Oh, this one. There it is. Right under the other one. Okay, so let me bring this one up on the screen. I hate that I have to take the kitty cat away to do that instead of just being able to transition over.
That'd
I know
be too easy.
I'm going to forget. Anyway, here we go. This is the one that most people are talking about, and this is the one that got him fired from MSNBC. This is the shortened version. Shit. Do we have a longer version of that? It's this one.
I know it's on my timeline, but I can pull it up if you want.
No, that's an even shorter version. The one I want, if I remember correctly, is like almost a minute long. Oh, here we go.
Talk to me about.
Yeah.
Is that him or me? What's going on?
Really, internet? You want to be a dick to me now?
Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't me.
I will rip your cord out of spite right now, all right?
Yeah, promises.
I don't make the best decisions. Okay. I'm going to wait for my connection to stabilize a little bit here.
Oh, you'd like that.
I would. I really would. This is the clip that most people are talking.
Oh, it's Chris's birthday. Yeah, you're not going to forget this birthday, Chris.
I am not in the mood for this shit.
Right? It's Christmas birthday.
It's Chris. Who? I saw it, but I missed the name.
Chris Smith.
Chris Smith, it's your birthday. This is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris Smith.
Dear Chris Smith.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Chris. Hope you had a good one. I saw a 47. God damn.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a lifetime at this point.
It really does, man. That's only 3 years ago for me, and it's like, I remember back in the day.
Dude, every year that I get older, I feel a little more angry about the stupid shit going on and less ability to do anything about it.
All right. So this is the clip that got this fucking retard fired, but I want you to pay attention to how comfortable he is saying this shit.
Talk to me about the environment in which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration or so.
Yeah, you've heard about all those Charlie Kirk rallies where they're shooting guns into the air like the old fucking West, right?
Yeah, like Yosemite Sam, rootin', tootin', shooting. Yeah, they all think you're a bunch of hillbillies. Like these people don't communicate at all with normal Americans, much less Republicans. So they think you're all a bunch of toothless hillbillies in overalls shooting guns in the air for fun.
Thank you, Dangerous. These people, one, lied and ramped up dangerous rhetoric to make people think the country was in danger of a Nazi takeover, or two, are now expressing sympathy that a Nazi was killed. There is no third option. True. It's amazing how many times they do that, where they'll call somebody a Nazi and then something happens and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to him. Like, shouldn't you be cheering that they're a fucking Nazi? Apparently they really like Nazis.
They do. But they also don't believe that they're ever responsible for anything. So there are no consequences to their actions.
The guy that said that got fired, good. Yeah, they fired him, and MSNBC put out a statement saying this was unacceptable conduct. Real from you, get fucked.
Yeah,
this is what I was talking about.
That's retarded.
That's what I was talking about with vlogging through history. When he got to that part where he's like, I'm really in love at all these people who are saying the things that they're supposed to say for their political career. But fuck right off with that stupid shit. Anyway, back to this idiot. because he gets worse than this.
We have no idea about this. But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac. USS Charlie J. Kirk has a nice ring to it. I don't think he was in the military, and I don't think it can be named after you if you weren't like a president or in the military.
Could they name a spaceship after him, though?
I suppose so.
I mean, unless they did it with Space Force, I mean, they could technically just declare
I do want to give a shout out to his dad, because this man's name was Charlie James Kirk.
Right?
Well played, sir. And sorry for your loss.
I didn't know James's middle name until today.
Me neither. I didn't even know J was his middle initial. But yeah, somebody named this motherfucker James Kirk. That's awesome.
He should have gone by that.
This fucking dildo over here on the right-hand side of the screen, he's heard that this man has been shot. And his immediate reaction is, he's been one of the most divisive people. Was MLK in the, or was Milk? I'm guessing it's supposed to be MLK. Was MLK in the military? Do we have a
Harvey Milk?
Oh, do we have a Harvey Milk?
Yeah, he was.
No, I know who he is, but do we have a ship named after him?
Yeah, I think there's an aircraft carrier or something named after him.
There's not a carrier named after Milk. No fucking way.
There's something named after him. Some boat. I'm not a Navy person. I don't know. It floats. It's in the water. It's a fucking boat.
All right. This idiot is still not done.
Who is constantly sort of pushing this hate.
We did have a hard to change the name. That makes sense.
Speech or sort of.
Not that it was ever named the Harvey Milk.
Hello?
Even my internet didn't want to hear the rest of what this shitbag had to say.
I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
What a disgusting thing to say.
Can I apply that to what you just said, sir?
By his own logic, yes.
What you just said was disgusting and hateful. Notice he didn't actually say anything. He didn't quote Charlie anywhere.
No, why would he do that?
You say hateful things and you're going to get killed. Just the way it is, man. Fuck these people. I'm with you, Katie. I hate our press so much.
Yeah.
I hate them so. I again don't want anything violent to happen to them, but I do want nothing but bad things to happen to them. I want their lives to be so bad that people ask them constantly, "What'd you do in a past life?"
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because anything I say gets us in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be. I do mean that sincerely. I don't want anybody to visit violence upon these people. I want life to kick their ass. Like, if this piece of shit gets ass cancer tomorrow, I'm rooting for the cancer. And I know we're not supposed to say that. But fuck this guy. He said this about a man who was dying, a 31-year-old man with 2 young daughters who did nothing more than disagree with him.
No, he disagreed with the narrative. And there's nothing more sinister to a communist than disagreement.
And this fucking piece of shit couldn't even name one of the hateful things Charlie said. I just gave you some hateful shit, prick. What do I deserve for that? He said words I don't like. Fuck you. But this is all part of the commie playbook, Jack.
Oh, absolutely.
This is all part of it. I mean, we're just witnessing, you know, they keep saying late stage capitalism. You know what that means? That means the rise of communism. And the commies have taken over, and that's why we are where we are. And the way to stop it is to drown out their voices. Every piece of shit out there that is declaring themselves a democratic socialist should be shamed into shutting the fuck up. They're still allowed to talk, but every time they do, somebody points out what a shitbag they are for supporting such a vile, violent philosophy.
I'm really becoming more and more on board that we need to have some McCarthy style, like House of Un-American Activities come back.
Well, the problem with that is the people who control the press would think it's a good thing if you find commies. They'll be like, look, we found great ones.
Yeah, that's true.
We're in a whole different time. I mean, back then, if you were called a commie, you even if you were, you're like, hell no, no, I'm not that kind of shitbag. But now they're like, I am a commie. How did we get to that place?
I don't know, but it's a really disgusting thing that's happened.
You know who were really bad people in history?
The communists?
The communists. You know who are really bad people today?
Communists?
The communists. That's what I said in response to Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren's comments on this. Like, I'm not surprised she's a bad person. She's a commie. It literally is a prerequisite of being one. You can't be a commie and a good person. They are diabolically opposed. Not diabolically.
Diametrically.
Diametrically. Thank you. Fucking Pegasus. See what you've done to the lexicon?
I mean, diabolical does work in a certain sense, so you're not entirely wrong. But, man, I tell you, it's just disgusting how many people have come out and keep coming out. Did you watch Tectone's video, didn't you?
I did. We'll watch it in just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You can say stuff about it.
No, I'm tired and I'm very angry, and that's a really bad combination. So I'm trying to be very careful about how my words come out. And I don't know. This is it's so disgusting and wretched how these people are acting.
Yes.
And it's not just a few lefties. There's a significant amount of them doing this. And good on the ones that actually mean what they said when they said they were horrified by this. But like I said, there's about 3 that I would give any credence to. And the only politician was Fetterman, because he's actually been relatively good on some of this stuff.
Here's my problem with that. I'm sure some of them are genuinely disgusted, but it's because they think they're going to get blowback rather than they care about this man being murdered.
Oh, absolutely. And that's my problem with it. Because like I said, the only person I actually believe was sincere is Fetterman.
Yeah. And Fetterman is shown with some of his other comments and stuff. You and I have been we trashed Fetterman during the election.
I call him Fetter Monster, for God's sake. I mean,
Yeah.
She looks like the Frankenstein creature from Young Frankenstein.
He's the only one that as stuff was actually boiling up before it boils over is like, we need to stop this shit. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah. And he's been pretty good on a lot of the toning down the rhetoric issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's the only one I would actually have any belief that he has sincerity on.
Michael, thank you. On time this time. Really enjoyed listening to your last stream after you ended. Oh, thanks for watching. I hope you get to... What did Fetterman say? I haven't seen Fetterman's remarks. Do you have them?
I'll find it.
And while you're finding it, we're going to switch over to the other MSNBC video, because this stupid bitch, she didn't say any of that part. This is what we were talking about earlier, Jack, where that part wasn't her. This is the fucked up thing she said.
Justification to send in federal troops into Washington, because as we were just talking about a moment ago with Alan, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
You absolute horrible cunt who still has a job.
Yeah. This bitch, man, this one really pissed me off today. MSNBC is just the biggest bunch of scumbags on the planet, I tell you.
And so they got their sacrificial lamb and fired him, and she gets to go on being a horrible, hateful bitch on TV. Yay. I saw a lot of people cheering that guy getting fired, and yeah, he deserved to be fired, but so did she.
Well, I mean, if the world were a just place, MSNBC would be out of business.
I mean, we didn't even get to the other part of what that dude said. I probably should finish playing that one.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Oh, wait, this doesn't have the other part of it. I'll just leave it there because he does get told during the show that, yeah, Charlie actually was shot. Because this is still hypothetical. We don't even know if he was shot. It could have been one of the members of the audience, and maybe he wasn't even shot. All you needed was a Twitter account, and you could have been able to check that.
Yeah, but this guy's on Blue Sky. You know that.
Yeah, I haven't been to Blue Sky. I think I went there once when they first started, and I haven't been back. But from what I hear, they're having quite the fucking party over there.
Yeah, it's fucking cesspool degenerates over there.
You shouldn't be surprised with the number of people who think it's okay to fuck children over there, that there's a bunch of them who think murder's fine.
Right?
Because even murderers look down on child molesters, and they're like, we take all kinds, except you people who don't think you should hurt kids.
Do you think Destiny's over there?
Probably. Look, again, when he got the CP, he didn't know it was CP. Now he does. He's still keeping it. Fuck him for that. I just need to make sure I'm keeping that on the up and up. Did you find Fetterman's thing?
Yeah, it's inside check.
He said, I condemn this in the strongest terms. There's zero place in our great country for these horrendous acts of political violence. We must find a better way forward. May Charlie Kirk have a full and quick recovery this before find out he dies. So I'll go with you on this one, Jack, that I believe he's being sincere there. I don't think he has the mental capacity not to be sincere.
Yeah, I mean, he is at least one stroke. So, you know what?
Nothing. I had nothing but quiet there until you said, what?
Oh, I thought you made a noise like you were going to say something. My bad, Yana. No, he did post another post right after that, a little while after that, saying how he's grieving for the family.
Yeah.
And like I said, I may disagree with Fetterman on a lot of subjects, but he's been real good about trying to tamp down a lot of the violent rhetoric. I think a couple people on the left that are a little more moderate like him are kind of surprised by the levels these clowns are going to. But they're the outliers now. The lunatics are running the DNC.
Tell you the story of two of my relatives. On the one hand, we have my uncle, who was a pastor. He became a pastor to get out of going into Vietnam. True story. But he stuck with it, and he lived his whole life as a religious man. On the other side, you have my aunt, and they are actually on opposite sides of the family. My uncle's on my dad's side, and the aunt is on my mom's side. She's just a very Christian woman. My aunt is one of the most kind-hearted people you will. She has seen some of the worst shit I've ever said and laughed at it and told me how much she loves me. My uncle, on the other hand, this man of God, has told people that Donald Trump is a horrible pedophile, and if you like him, you should never talk to him again. Can you guess which one's on the left and which one's on the right?
I think I could take a stab at it.
My aunt is literally the most religious person, even more so than my uncle, who was a minister. The most religious person I've ever met, but she she actually goes by the word, and it's not her place to judge you. It's her place to love you for whoever you are. And that includes if you have disagreements. They're actually both on the left, Jack. Both of them are lefties. But one of them actually means it. One of them actually does believe in acceptance and understanding and embracing your fellow man. The other one is a performative shitbag. And I say he's one of my favorite uncles, but he's a performative shitbag. Now, when I say he's one of my favorite uncles, I'm not on Facebook very much anymore, and that's where he is and does all of this shit. We probably wouldn't get along if I went over there. He was excessively happy to see me this last or 2 weekends ago when I went to the anniversary party. And like, if you only knew how I voted. But the left, their whole thing is if you disagree with us, you don't matter. You're not even really a person. You're actually so bad that you deserve horrible shit happening to you. Not for anything you did, simply for disagreeing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend after I just told you I hope that guy gets ass cancer that I don't wish bad things on people. I often do. I often can't say it online because some of it would qualify as what they call death threats, even though it wouldn't be a threat. It's a hope. Those are different.
Yeah. Well, they don't draw that distinction over there.
Oh, for the record, I want this guy to get ass cancer and not die from it. I want him to have it for like 15 years.
That's dark, man. That is real dark.
I just want to make sure YouTube knows I don't want this man to die. I want him to suffer. He did this as that man was dying.
Yeah.
He said that shit as Charlie Kirk is bleeding out. As his wife is sitting there praying to her God that her husband pulls through so she doesn't have to raise 2 little girls alone. And this cunt is on MSNBC going, I kind of deserved it. Because he doesn't think men should be whipping their dicks out in front of little girls in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, what a horrible monster.
Isn't Death Wish an anime? Yes, it is. No, that's Death Note, isn't it?
Yeah,
Death Wish is a Charles Bronson movie.
Yes. Yes.
Or didn't they make a remake with Bruce Willis?
Yeah. Yeah, they're both good movies in different ways. One's Bruce Willis, one's more of an action movie, and the original was more of a falling down style revenge film.
A vengeance movie.
Yeah. It definitely had elements of Bernie Getz in there.
I'm just so tired of this shit being allowed. And again, I don't think that this man shouldn't be allowed to say what he said. He should be allowed to say it. And he should be rightfully shamed for it. And nobody should ever take him seriously again. He should have trouble finding work as a fry cook. Because people should look at him and go, aren't you the guy who said that really fucking stupid shit when a man was dying? Yeah, we don't want you around us.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
But again, he gets in trouble. She doesn't. They went after the old white man. Notice the white girl, don't touch her. It's pumpkin spice season. We have a sacrificial old white man here. And that's what they did. They didn't get rid of everybody involved in this. The producers who allowed it to happen, the editors who didn't stop it, nothing happened to them.
No, well, nobody's going to get fired other than him. He's expendable.
Yep, it's you're tough luck for being an old white guy on a place that hates old white men. Get fucked. I hope bad things happen to you. All right. I wish I could find the original Tectone video. I don't know where this is from. I couldn't find it on his Twitter. So maybe it's a YouTube video. I don't know how.
Yeah, it's a YouTube video. That's why I saw it on the TV. So.
Oh, okay. So anyway, this is Tectone. He's been on a break for a little bit. Him and Asmongold have both taken breaks recently.
Asmongold's dad's really sick.
Yeah, Asmongold's dealing with his father, and Tectone is kind of burned out from all the shit he's got.
Yeah, didn't he get booted off Twitch again?
Yes, he got in trouble for shit. We talked about it when it happened. I don't remember.
Something dumb.
He called somebody a faggot. No, he called himself. No, he didn't even call somebody that. He said, I would rather be called a faggot than some of what these people are saying when he's talking about people who call him a rapist.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'd rather be called a faggot than a rapist. And they're like, oh, you said the word. He actually told somebody to go kill themselves in that same stream, caught himself and apologized and didn't get in trouble for that. But
that's what he thought he was in trouble for. But
for not calling somebody that, for simply making a comparison between the two words, they're like, you can't speak here. What you should be doing is what Hassan does and telling his audience to murder a congressman.
Yeah, and chatting with Houthis.
Hassan literally told his audience that if they wanted to stop something, they had to kill a congressman, and he is still allowed on that platform. Yep.
That dude is a piece of garbage.
If this is on YouTube, I'm going to try to find it over there. This is part of a, never mind. I don't want to watch the full 10-minute video over there. This is the important part that I want to see anyway. So, Jack, did you watch the full 10-minute video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So if there's anything else relevant, please let me know. But
I'll think about it.
I just heard my thing go off. So I'm assuming somebody subscribed or something. If so, thank you.
Heard it when your thing went off? That's kind of fucked up.
My thing is impressive. It makes noise.
It's got all the bells and whistles. It's the limited edition version.
I got I pre-ordered, and that was a pre-order bonus. Anyway, so
that one took me a second.
This is Tectone talking about the Charlie Kirk shooting.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing where we are sympathizing with fucking murderers?
Tectone, I don't know where you were with Luigi. I mean, I know where he was. He was against it, but I mean, this is not just sympathizing with murderers. They lionize them.
Yeah, they're congratulating them and cheering them. It's gross.
In the Mangione case, they made up an excuse for why he murdered that man. He didn't even have to come to his own defense. They're just like, it's because healthcare is rough.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And why does this look like a hostage video? How route? We got that lag. I hear you breathing.
I don't know why my internet's being a bitch right now.
Because it hates us.
We had one blip earlier.
Yeah, that was then.
We've had 4 actual breakages now. Okay, I did just hear my thing go off again.
Yeah, you got a super chat.
I'm still a young man. It can happen over and over again. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Michael. Remember, someone got executed in the street for being conservative and white in 2020, and the left excused it. Yes, that was the Antifa shooting.
Yeah.
And then
Aaron something.
Yeah, and then when the police killed the guy who did it because he was, raising a gun at the police, they all went, "Can you believe what they did to this kid? Oh my God, he was such a wonderful person." The guy was a shitbag. He had a record of horror. Like, I believe he's one of the Antifa folks who has a record for beating his wife. Hey, I guess we should be happy he wasn't raping kids like most Antifa.
Yeah, they definitely have all the outcasts, freaks, and misfits and pedos in Antifa for some reason.
Well, yeah, it's not just that they sympathize with the shooters. I mean, I remember back in the 80s, the rash of abortion clinic shootings. There were like 6. That's 6 more than there ever should have been, or however many it was. But this was a national crisis. We had to have special laws where your First Amendment rights are absolutely put on hold So that woman doesn't have to hear you call her a whore when she goes in there to kill her baby. I forgot where I was going with that. I just love pointing out how stupid that is.
Ridiculous.
Even back then, I know where I was going. What you would hear people on the right say is, I understand, but I don't condone that. That's sympathizing with the shooter. I understand why they would do that, what motivated them, but I don't agree with what they did. These people are like, he should have shot more. We need more people shooting. That's not sympathizing. That's encouraging. It's not sympathizing. That's rooting for. Not to correct Tectone, because what he says here is actually true, but this is such an underplaying of what's going on. Anyway.
What are we doing when websites are protecting people from being called fat and ugly and a whore more than we're punishing people for calling for the deaths of our senators, as well as the citizens, as well as radicalizing audiences?
Okay, for those of you who don't know what he's talking about there, the punished more for calling somebody fat, whore, and I forget the other slur there. That's him. He's been repeatedly banned for those specific things. And the other guy he's talking about, the one who is said to kill a senator, although I believe it was a representative. I could be wrong. That's Hassan. Tectone called Frogan fat and got suspended for it. Hassan didn't get in any trouble for you need to kill this guy. This is what I'm talking about the difference in how this is treated and why it's rising more on the left. The left's violence is always excused. If they even admit it at all, there's always a great reason for it. And it's because there are two different systems. This is why even all of those of you who want to act like the left, why you can't. Because even if you do exactly as they do, and I'm not talking about shooting anybody here, but like having a protest January 6th.
Yeah.
Even if nothing happened at January 6th, even if there was nobody went into the Capitol that day, it would have been portrayed as a violent rally. How do I know this? Because they did it here in Michigan. That the protest at the Capitol was nonviolent. And what'd they do? They took a picture of a man screaming at a lawmaker he had a personal beef with and said, "Look at how this man is yelling at the police." He wasn't yelling at the police. You can see in the picture he's yelling past him. You can see in the video he's yelling. You can hear who he's yelling to. And how did the media play it? There was Nazi imagery. There was a woman holding a sign calling Gretchen Whitmer Gretchen Whitler. And if you spell that, it's Hitler with a W. And like, that's Nazi imagery. There's two different versions or two different ways that the left and right are treated. No matter what the left does, it's good. No matter what the right does, it's bad. And this is why if you want change in this country, you don't do it with a gun or even at the ballot box. You have to do it in academia and the media because one feeds the other. And unless we start doing that, which, by the way, is what Charlie Kirk was trying to do.
Yeah.
Charlie was doing the right thing. He was going to the belly of the beast and confronting the demon on his own turf. And they killed him for it. So, yeah. Anyway.
To enact violence while recording themselves breaking the fucking law. Are we all seeing the same fucking shit online? Are we? Guys, I have been banned for nearly 2 months total over the past 4 months for calling people names. Yet there are people out there calling for the deaths of other people.
Not just calling for the deaths, offering bounties for the deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Political figures and attempting to radicalize and weaponize their fucking audience to hurt people and kill them.
You know, this just reminded me. Remember we watched Ethan earlier, and after the part we watched, he starts crying about Charlie Kirk and his family not having him around anymore. Do you remember when Ethan called for an arena to be blown up? And if I remember correctly, Charlie Kirk was in the building that day.
Yep.
But let me make sure I give Ethan credit for his crocodile tears. Don't forget, Ethan is just as bad as the rest of them. It's just that he doesn't think Hamas is cool, so he's a bad guy to them now.
Yeah.
Because all of these lefties are fucking violent. All of them.
Have gone unpunished. What the fuck are we doing? What is possibly going on in the world today? This is disgusting.
Communism. The rise of communism. That's what it is. Am I wrong?
No.
Disgusting. It is. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. It's pathetic. It's a joke. I can literally feel in real time myself becoming radicalized because this country is forcing me to. These people are forcing me to because the people in charge are a fucking joke.
When I heard him say that part, I heard your voice, Jack. Because Jack has been telling us for years, this is going to radicalize people. And while I agree with you, you're the one who brings it up, and you're absolutely right. And here you have an example.
Yeah.
You have a guy telling you, I can feel myself. And we see it with a lot of people who, with the Charlie Kirk shooting, are like, I've had enough. I'm done. You're turning the, and it's, don't let them do it to you guys, because it's part of the plan. I promise you, when you act like them, they're not going to give you the excuses. They're not going to be like, he had a reason. Taylor Lorenz has said horrible shit, or whoever.
Yeah,
they're
they'll
not
do it just like January 6th. Look at these evil monsters. We warned you about them.
This is why I've told you guys for so long, if you control the language, you literally control everything. And that's what they do. Over there on Twitch, this man has gotten kicked off the platform for a while for calling someone fat.
And they are fat. It's
they
not
are
a lie.
By the way, the rules of Twitter state that if the person calls themselves that it's okay to call them that.
Well, unless they're lispy.
Yeah. But unless they're a friend of Hassan and he doesn't want them to be called fat by other people. I'm not even sure what's going on with that comment. The reality is that as long as they control the language, and they largely do, because even the stuff that we end up talking about 90% of the time comes from what the left decides is the story of the day. It's still coming from CNN or the Associated Press or Reuters. It's all coming from those same people. They still control the narrative. Now, they've lost a lot of the control of the narrative, but they still set the agenda. And in a place like Twitch, where untold numbers of young children are watching people like Hassan, what do you think that's doing to them?
Nothing good.
It was good.
I just wanted to point out, what the fuck are we doing? I mean, that's how I start every morning.
Yeah.
Brian, are you living in the movie Memento? Because sometimes I wake up not knowing where I am.
Shit, I lost my thought. That's all right.
Sorry.
It wasn't. No, it's fine. YouTube women uphold the patriarchy. What? Are you saying you women should, or that you do? Because you really should, because it's time to stop letting women be in charge of shit. Look what's happening.
Yeah,
look what's happening.
They're really bad at it.
This is also why the left hates Twitter and Elon so much, is because the narrative gets broken there. They come out there and go, this happened, or in the case of that girl getting stabbed in North Carolina, we don't know what happened there. We never heard of that. And X breaks the mold. People on X can make something become a popular trend. They can get a guy fired off of MSNBC for being a complete douchebag. Nobody should have had time. That prick was fired. And at the very least, he should have been fired as soon as Charlie died.
Yeah. Well, what he
Later
said
that they're like, oh, I guess we gotta say somebody has to go away now.
Yeah,
Kaz1, thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I just God.
Kaz1, thank you. I firmly believe today's political weirdness started with that crazy army bitch who claimed she got PTSD from Twitter, like that was patient zero back in like 2010. I hate to correct you here, but the weirdness going on today dates back to the 20s, maybe even earlier than that.
Yeah. Sadly. I blame Karl Marx, that piece of shit.
Yeah, it's what it is. It is the commie infiltration. There's a great video that started going around the other day. I'm sure it's on my timeline somewhere. Somebody tagged me in it. It's of a KGB agent, a former KGB agent who comes over to the United States. And this is back in the, I want to say early 80s, Jack.
Is that Yuri?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he told us then what the plan was. Break up the American family. That's the start.
Yep.
And how many of these people tell us that the traditional family is racist, sexist, misogynistic, horrible for people? It keeps down. How many school shootings were there in, let's pick any year before 1990? How many were there? One, maybe two.
Handful, most.
You go back to the 70s, people weren't shooting up schools. And then they start breaking up the family. And one of the left's favorite thing is to shit on the family. The traditional family. The traditional family sucks.
There's the link to the Yuri Brezhnev video.
I appreciate it. I was going to say we throw it into the other one. I should have known you would. You always do.
Yeah, I got it. I got you covered. Real quick, though. Thank you, Evolve Tim. I'd like to point out Charlie Kirk did not do what the left did in academia. Charlie went there to debate his ideas against theirs. What the left did was infiltrate, then oppress or ban any other ideas. That's the only way their shitty ideas work, dude. The left could never do what Charlie did. No, because their ideas are failed and have provably been failed for 100 years. Communism cannot work.
Huh. Tectone used the same picture as I did for the thumbnail.
Oh.
The Charlie Kirk one earlier. Actually, was that the thumb? No, I didn't use that thumbnail. The one that we used throughout the show last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I actually do think that's a good picture of Charlie.
It's one of the better ones because he's not fat in that one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We'll use this one for.
This is why I don't lose weight, by the way, because if I'm fat, nobody will shoot me then, right?
That's right. Can I make that picture bigger?
I still say Tectone looks like he's being held hostage by ISIS here.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with that pause face, like he's got that like I'm in a Gazan tunnel look.
For some reason, when I blow up pictures now, it puts them all the way over on the left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, I've been fighting with that too. It's some sort of Microsoft update.
Yeah. Oh, let me bitch about that real quick. So we sanded our deck today, and we're going to weather coat it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And so I get up and leave my computer, and I had to come back in my room for something, and I saw, hey, we have an update for you. What would you like to do? And I'm like, not now. And then I came back in an hour later when we were getting ready to go to the store. I had to grab my wallet, and I see the updates in progress. I'm like, what the fuck? Why'd you even ask me then?
Right? Well, they just wanted to know if you're following orders correctly or not. Mine did the exact same thing. It said, not now. 10 minutes later, it rebooted on its own.
Yeah. Fuck you, Microsoft.
And what I really hate is that I lose all my tabs on one browser, but Chrome's fine. So they will wipe out all my other tabs. But if Chrome's running, they'll be fine. You can restore those. But not those other ones. Fuck you. How dare you not use Google?
It's September 11th now. Yes, it is. And I mean, there's another example of the left and how they abuse the narrative. September 11th, 2001, nearly 3,000 Americans were killed by a couple of pissed off goat fuckers. And how did the media handle that?
Oh, Islamophobia.
Yeah, don't say anything bad about goat fuckers.
Oh, even though they fuck goats and murder people.
There's no reason for this kind of rhetoric just because they've said they want to kill the West. Remember, the Muslims don't just want to kill all the Jews. It's all of us infidels.
What?
And they have by their book, a divine right to do so, a divine order to do so.
Yeah, mandate, as the kids would say.
And how dare you say anything bad about this? They're good people who just want to kill you.
Yeah, their religion is totally compatible with their. Well, what the left has in common with the Muslims is not only hatred of the West, but they're also big on kid fucking.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So they do have some commonalities.
At least the Muslims marry them first. They keep them clean, I guess.
Oh, you gotta watch that documentary about the dancing boys in Afghanistan. Then
I don't know. I already know about them.
You'll be a very unhappy camper by the end of that.
I know all about the dancing boys. For those of you who don't, Muslim men are just raping boys until they get married.
They make them dance first, and then they rape them.
Well, they gotta get in the mood first, right?
Yeah, I guess that's foreplay in Afghanistan.
Hey, don't say some cultures are better than others. Just because they rape boys is no big deal.
Yeah. Some cultures are better than others. They can fuck themselves up sideways with that shit.
Well, that's another thing. I just absolutely hate that nonsense. You can't say some cultures are better than others. Yes, I can. The Aztecs used to do child sacrifice. I can say I'm better than them. Unless you think there's some moral ambiguity about child sacrifice, I'm absolutely better than them. Ragnar, thank you. The first use of the phrase Islam is a religious. Oh, I'm guessing Islamophobia okay, I see what you're saying. The first use of the phrase Islam is a religion of peace was George W. Bush. Okay. Sorry, my mind was only reading parts of it at a time, I'm not being mean, but there should have been commas in there, and that's what my brain looks for.
Whatever.
If I would have just read it straight out, it would have made sense, but my brain was like, wait, is there a word missing here? I got you. I apologize. That is all on me. That is not your fault. That's all on me. But yeah, I'm sure that's true. But it was the American media that pushed this whole nonsense about how great the Muslims are and how, remember the chick who somebody tore off her hijab in a bus and beat her with it, and it all turned out to be fake. How big was the story that it was fake? It got page 12.
Oh, if that.
Her getting it torn off her head, that was front page.
Yeah, that was major news for a week or two?
Oh yeah. And it got brought up for months. Wasn't Islamophobia coined by a terrorist group? Now, I don't know. I haven't actually done my own research on that. I've heard that it was propaganda from a terrorist group. I want to say,
wasn't that CARE?
I don't know. I don't even want to guess because I know I've seen the claim before, but I've never actually looked into it. But Truck of Peace. Oh man, these fucking people. The amount of excuses they make for bad behavior and for the notion that there's not a right and wrong. And like there's not a right way to raise a child. Look at the rise of single mothers. Now I'm not bashing single mothers here. I'm sure it's fucking horrible. Hard, ridiculously hard. But there were never stories about how hard it was to be a single father. How many of those stories do you remember, Jack? How many single fathers did you get called heroes at least once a year? Single motherhood is a tragedy, not a heroic tale.
No, they don't need a man.
That is all part of breaking up the family. It's all part of the plan. Because if you break up the family, if your dad is a horrible piece of shit, then you never have to listen to anything dad says, and you can go do whatever the fuck you want. You don't need to learn any kind of responsibility. Series about single fathers. There were a couple of them, but it's not like that everybody was pushing a national trend for men to leave their wives and take the kids. I mean, that actually is a basic staple of the Oprah show when she had it on. Leave that zero, get you a hero. The breakup of the family is one of the goals of the communists, of the Russian communists specifically. Don't worry, we taught them.
Yeah.
Same with chatties, I think is what that is. Chatted. I'm not sure what that is. Hell, single fathers have to be careful not to catch a charge for being in a playground full of kids. Yeah.
All right, the term Islamophobia came about in the early 90s from the International Institute for Islamic Thought.
Who ran that?
As a front for the Muslim Brotherhood.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Dangerous, thank you. Unless you think there's some value to child sacrifice, seriously, Monk, the left are people who stand at events like the Oscars and praise abortion in pursuit of a literal golden idol. The cunts. Yeah, you know what? You have a point there. That wasn't my best unless, because they're like, well, we don't care about killing kids. Unless they're in Palestine, and then it's the worst thing ever. Oh man, I this one fucking retard keeps responding to me. He's responding to the thing Matt Jarbo put up. No, not Matt Jarbo. The other asshole, where Charlie Kirk had said that Hamas is responsible for the deaths in Gaza, just like Japan was responsible for the deaths in Japan in World War II. And the guy said, by Kirk's own wording, that means that he deserved to get shot today. Leaving out the part that what Charlie was saying is that they started the violence. The Hamas started the violence in Israel. Japan started the war with us. And was there stuff going on behind the scenes? Sure, but the violence started with them. And so they brought that upon their citizens. They brought that upon their goat fuckers. And this one guy is like, oh, but Charlie said this. I'm like, Charlie didn't do anything violent.
But in their mind, he did, because words are violence. That's the brainwashing they have.
You're giving this retard way too much credit, because he responded with, the Palestinian children didn't do anything.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I was like, nobody said the Palestinian. He said Hamas was responsible, not the children, you fucknut.
I mean, granted, kids are crafty little fuckers, but I'm not giving them that much credit.
No, if you want to blame people, this is another thing that, this is one of the points I lost earlier. It was just last week that we suddenly saw a massive increase in all of the people going, the Jews are committing a genocide. I mean, it was all over the place. Who argued against that? Charlie. They're not committing a genocide in Gaza. And for all the people, it technically fits the definition. Go fuck yourselves. If you want the kids of Gaza to be safe, instead of go, why do the Jews keep targeting kids? How about you say, why do the goat fuckers keep hiding behind kids? Because what those little goat
probably.
What those little goat fuckers are doing is a war crime.
Yeah, human shields, especially children.
It is a war crime by the same definitions you guys want to use to say the Israelis are guilty of war crimes. And they're like, no, there's a genocide in Gaza because they're trying to kill the terrorists. Frankly, I'm okay with a genocide of terrorists. I just call that retribution.
Well, to be fair, this whole thing could have ended a long time ago if Hamas would have just released the hostages, but they won't, so it continues.
Yeah, the other day, the Jews blew up some people in Qatar. It was wonderful the way the news phrased it, like, the Jews attacked Qatar. Yeah, who'd they attack in Qatar? Two senior members of Hamas.
They killed a couple of Houthi heads, too.
I have literal no shits to give for terrorists being killed. None.
Right? Like, some of the worst people on the planet went bye-bye. Don't start wars. How about that?
And they're all like, oh my God, this genocide, this genocide, this genocide. And then one dude on the right who's arguing against that gets shot. Weird, huh? This is all, it's a playbook. Hamas is playing the Western media and lefties like a fucking harp, man. Useful idiot has never been more appropriate than in America today.
Yeah, true story.
These fucking idiots are out there cheering for terrorists. And they're like, no, it's the children. I actually care about the children. The terrorists are hiding behind the kids.
And when things go horribly wrong for them, they're going to be like, why didn't anybody stop them?
There's a video where a picture where like, look, we found this sniper bullet that the Jews shot at us in this hospital. And it's still in the fucking casing. It was an unfired munition.
That reminded me of the riots from, I think, 2022, where they're like, these are the rubber bullets they were firing at us. And they were earplugs.
Yes.
Like construction workers.
This was even worse because they were telling on themselves. If an unfired sniper bullet ended up in there, one of them brought it in the hospital.
Or they just found some stray bullets that Hamas had left behind, because they like to hide ammo in hospitals for some reason.
They came out and showed that picture of that kid with cerebral palsy and like, look at how the Jews are starving this kid. And then when the truth came out, they went, what kid? What are you talking about?
They found some other kid with a different genetic disorder to trot out.
The Jews blame the UN and say they're working with Hamas and the world loses their fucking mind. How dare you say that? And then what they find? The UN was working with Hamas. They were helping keep hostages.
Well, to be fair, they had some reporters helping Hamas too.
And that's the other thing. Oh, they're targeting journalists. Are we journalists or like the journalists we saw in 2020 during the riots who painted press on their helmet so they could go be shitbags?
I think you know the answer to that.
I absolutely know the answer to that. But morons in the West, like those damn Jews, the Jews do everything bad because I can't get a job. Go fuck yourselves. If you're going to be used like that, at least get paid for it. Go be a real whore. Don't do it for free for a terrorist organization.
Well, I bet the terrorists are probably slipping them some money to help craft their narrative.
The Palestinians, especially there in Gaza, the Jews pull out in 2006, and they're given the choice to choose who's going to lead them. The PLA, the political arm of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, which, by the way, is a terrorist organization, or Hamas, an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood that makes the PLA look positively rational. And they chose
horrifying
Hamas.
As that thought is.
And they chose Hamas. They're like, you can't blame the Palestinians for this. Oh, but I can. Just like in 30s, that was a horrible time for there to be a cutoff.
Yes, it was.
Just like I can blame the Germans for putting the Nazis in power in the 30s. They did that. And were there some justifiable reasons to be like, hey, Germany's being treated like shit? 100%. Does that mean you rush into the arms of Hitler? No. That wasn't the right response to that.
No, but again, in dire times, people will turn to the strongest seeming individuals.
Yes.
And that's what the left is banking on now. Like, things are horrible. We are here to save you with our communist ideals.
Yeah, they've put this country in so much debt with their bullshit programs and stuff that there's going to come a time when Americans are like, we need help. And who's going to stand up? This is why we hear all the shit about late stage communism or capitalism. All the problems are late stage capitalism. It's unsustainable. It's late stage. We've seen communism fail literally everywhere it's been tried. Even in China, which is still communist, they had to bring in free enterprise ideas to keep from completely collapsing economically. But hey, maybe next time it'll work.
Well, they just haven't done it right in all the 100 countries that have tried it.
Look, most people who get struck by lightning die, so maybe it won't happen to you. Go stand on a hill holding up a metal golf club in the next storm you see and see what happens. I'm sure you'll be okay.
I often wrap myself in copper wire so I can absorb the quickening faster.
Fuck. The only problem with capitalism is being poisoned by socialism. True. I mean, and actually by communism. Remember, socialism is just commie light. Thank God we're all here. Morning. Good morning, Devil Pup. Hope you're well.
Morning, Devil Pup.
Caddyshack reference? Actually, no. It's me being a golfer reference. And I've been on the golf course when a lightning storm kicked up. And it is the only time I've ever stopped playing golf during a round.
That was probably a good call.
Yeah, I played in the rain. I've even played when it started snowing one day. But I don't fuck around with lightning. Mm-mm.
No, I mean, I get that. Not a big fan of pressing my luck.
Yeah. Shut up. That was a Caddyshack reference. If you need it to be one, go ahead and keep it that way, Assassin. No, it's people actually have died from doing that shit. I'm like, wait, they kept playing during a lightning storm?
Look, not everybody has brains, monkey.
That's not even a tragedy. That's natural selection.
Yeah, that's a hint of incompetence with a giant helping of stupid.
A golf course, even if it's I played several that are really tree lined, lots of trees on a local course here. But the part you actually play on is empty and lots of hills and stuff. And when you swing to take your backswing, the highest thing in the middle of that field is your golf club, your metal golf club. If lightning's going to strike, that's where it's going to hit.
Yeah. I mean, do you really want to carry around a lightning rod in a bag full of other lightning rods while driving a metal thing with lots of lightning rod material on it?
Oh, fuck, man.
Like I knew a dude, my old business partner, he got almost struck by lightning because he was out mowing his lawn when it started lightning. And it was one of those weird events where it just started to kind of rain, but there was already lightning and thunder. And lightning hit his lawnmower. It was a push mower. The only reason he didn't get hit was he had gloves on from gardening earlier, and the bar had like a I don't know, some sort of thing on it, like the things you put around your car steering wheels.
Oh yeah. Okay, just like a foam cover.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I don't think he died. But he's like, it should be fine. I do this sort of thing all the time. I'm like, you're a dumbass.
I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, but there's one where it's a lesbian who keeps defending Palestine. I'm not shocked. I mean, the left are retarded.
Yeah, they are the biggest brainwashed group of useful idiots. You'll notice a lot of them are just not smart, too. There's a lot of really dumb people out there.
What I absolutely love about the left is, especially the LGBT group of the left, is that they absolutely hate Christianity because of the horrible way Christians treat us. And at the same time, they're like, go Muslims. If I were gay and not just my hair was, and I had to choose, like, okay, we'll either let you live in a Christian country, a Christian fundamentalist country, Jack. Let's go fire and brimstone Christian here, or a Muslim fundamental country. That's not, you're only going to get the muh out when I say Christian.
Right.
Take me to the turn the other cheek. Don't want the, it's okay to rape a dude's wife if you beat him in battle, folks. I don't want the, it's okay to see if these guys can fly, folks. But
yeah, the
ones
that think it's okay to marry 9-year-olds.
Queers for Palestine. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Take your bitch ass over to the West Bank. Let me see how well you do.
They tried that and cut through Egypt, and the Egyptians were having none of it. Go home.
Hassan has actually tried defending the anti-gay Muslim shit with this line, and I'm not kidding, Jack. The Israelis have killed countless gay Palestinians.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm not kidding. He's used that argument before.
Of course he has. That dude is such a tard.
It's okay for Muslims to literally blindfold and bind people and toss them off a fucking building because Hamas hides in civilian centers and sometimes maybe a gay person dies. I mean, I guess Hassan is just upset that they didn't get to live long enough to be stoned to death.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a pretty disgusting person. So,
dang, Monkey and Jack are riled up tonight. I've actually calmed down quite a bit, Uriah.
Yeah. I'm a little emotionally drained. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a pretty bizarre 24 hours.
I am full of piss and vinegar. I just want to offend every liberal I can. I want to make them all cry. Because I'm tired of them. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the double standard. I am tired of them controlling the narrative. And like Tectone, they're like, how dare you call someone fat? The bitch is fat. That's not even an insult when you're calling her fat. It's just true. And he gets suspended for it. Hassan can literally say, you need to kill this man. And they're like, what? I don't understand the problem here. Hassan can literally break their terms of service and California law and dox the shit out of a whole bunch of people who mostly agree with him. Whose cat is that? This is one of Evil One's cats, I believe. Michael, thank you. Muslims are allowed to lie to you about what they believe in order to subvert the culture per their own book. Christians are not. Yeah. Look, the Quran is not a holy book. It is a book of war. It's the art of war, Muhammad style. Read the fucking thing. It's mostly about how to conduct war. The Torah isn't that. The Bible isn't that. But goddamned if their holy book isn't all about how to murder other people. Don't worry, Jesus is a prophet in their religion, so it's all good.
Yeah, if you've seen the descriptions of Jesus in their book, because it's not the Jesus of the Bible.
No, he's probably fucking a child.
Oh, he's more of a warlord type.
Yeah. Because that's what Muhammad was. He wasn't a prophet. He was a fucking warlord. A child-raping warlord. How dare you say that? Because it's true. All you motherfuckers out there who want me to make sure you tell the real history of the United States, let's tell the real history about Islam. He was a child-raping warlord. That's who Muhammad was.
He also got covered in semen.
Yes, he did. He got covered in semen in the desert by a whole bunch of guys. Don't worry. It was some kind of religious experience.
I bet it was.
Just because the guys jacking off on you are saying, oh God, doesn't make it a Allah doesn't make it a religious experience, you fucking degenerate. But anyway, yeah, I'm just tired of the double standard and how they, even today, the media will talk about the fundamentalist Christians and how bad they are. Look, guys, I'm not religious. I am agnostic. I don't believe we know anything. I think the atheists are wrong because they believe they know. And I think the religious are wrong because they think they know. I'm not telling you can't believe what you believe, but I'm just telling you this because I often get accused of being a Christian just because I don't shit on Christians, because that's the popular thing to do on social media or in our legacy media.
Now, Monkey, I have it on good authority that you're a Zionist agent.
True. I'm a Jewish Christian something. Maybe I'm a Jew for Jesus, man.
Oh.
By the way, one of the funniest groups I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah, those are just called Christians.
Yeah. Jews for Jesus. You mean Christian? No, we're Jews. All right. You're going to burn in hell then, dude, because you have some contradictory beliefs there.
I don't think the Jews believe in hell.
But if they're for Jesus, then they have to.
I just work here, dude. I don't know.
I'm just telling you.
Just some hitchhiker you picked up along the way.
But I tell you this about my own religious beliefs because I can look at the different religions of the world and be like, this one is better than that one is better than that one is better than that one. Because I'm not a retard. And Christianity, fuck me. The Jesus folks.
I'm not a retard. Christianity.
Shut up. I'm tired. The Jesus crowd, if I'm given my choice, I'd rather live with them than the Muslims. 100%. There's not even a question of that.
I'll take the Easter worshipers any day.
But look at how it's portrayed in our media. When was the last time you saw them even use the term fundamentalist Islam on TV?
Oh, man, it's been years.
When was the last time you heard them say anything bad? I mean, even when Soleimani is killed, they're like, yeah, he did kill some Americans and a whole bunch of other people, and he's responsible for a bunch of terrorism. But how dare they kill this man? This was a man who was responsible for the death of countless people who were minding their own fucking business. He was a terrorist.
Yeah.
He wasn't a gun runner or a like that guy we gave back to the Russians, a arms trader. No, he was a fucking terrorist. He sponsored terrorist events. He helped set them up. He helped plan them. They're like, we shouldn't have done this. This is going to make the Muslims so upset with us. Burn in hell. Okay. Yeah. Islamic scholar. That is, the news called the man an Islamic scholar. He was a piece of shit terrorist. Like, how dare you? How dare you? Can't say your culture's better. They're fucking goats. We're not. We're better.
I mean, we even had like the wheel and computers.
I hate what the left has become in our country. I don't even consider them left. They're just dirty commie shitbags. And you know what? Be a dirty commie shitbag, but two things. One, be honest about it. Let's have the conversation. See, this is why they lie about who they are, because they know if we actually have the conversation, they'll lose. Because there is no world communism is better than literally any other system. I would take feudalism over communism.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not even an argument.
And they're like, but we have to, it'll take care of all the people. No, it won't. Let's have the actual argument. Say what you really believe. Come out and just call yourself the communist that you are. And don't pull that socialist shit with me. That's just commie light. That's just commie in waiting. The whole goal of it is to get to communism. So you are a communist if you're a socialist. You're just too pussy to say it.
Yeah, they're cowards, but they're arrogant cowards because they think they can do it right. And they all think they're going to be in charge too. So
the left lies about everything they do now. That boys and girls are exactly the same. So you don't believe in Title IX anymore? Title IX is the most important thing ever. How do you have those two same thoughts in your head? How do you defend Title IX and claim boys and girls are exactly the same physically? That men have no advantage over women? There was a story out of, I forget Okemos, something like that, down near Detroit. A 98-pound wrestler was suing her school, Jack, because she was led on the boys' team and her normal wrestling partner wasn't there, and another wrestler practiced with her and slammed her really hard a couple of times, and she ended up with internal bruising and a level 5 hematoma, which sounds really scary, but hematoma is just an internal bruise. Yet she had some internal bleeding, which can be very dangerous, Jack, or it could be a muscle bruise.
This was way down in Kokomo?
Okemos.
Whatever. Same difference.
Dark Resurrect, thank you for that feminist $12. As Liberty Prime said, death is a preferable alternative to communism, 100%.
Better dead than red.
But anyway, I'm not okay with this girl getting beat up by a boy. But if there's no real physical difference, if there's no real physical advantage, how'd she get so fucked up? One of the things that made me laugh is they gave us her weight, and then they said she had to wrestle with somebody bigger than her, but never told us how big they were. Because if they're like 110 and she's 98, it's not a big enough deal that the slam is going to. Now, if he's a heavyweight, he's out there, he's 200 pounds and she's 98 pounds. Okay. But it was funny to me. They never gave his weight.
I could tell you the difference, though, how he was able to hurt her like that. He used patriarchy.
Yeah.
Possibly the male gaze.
Women shouldn't be playing men's sports. They should have women's sports. I'm all for women's sports. I'm not going to watch this shit unless one of my family members is in it. But I'm all for it. Because I don't want to see women get beat up. I don't want to see women get put in the hospital. But they're the ones telling, hey, there's no difference. If he puts on a dress, he's the same as her. You're supposed to check your Streamlabs, bud.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Keldrig. Queers for Palestine. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'm going to start a movement. Chickens for KFC.
Yep.
That sounds delicious. And thank you, Evolved Potato. Remember, Islam has no connection to the Abrahamic religions. They just link their justification for being evil to actual religions to create a basis for them conquering the world. It's all about worship of Muhammad and Arabs as a whole. Well, there is some evidence that there was a moon goddess that had a similar name to Allah. So there may have been some borrowing from other religions to kind of patch things into a web. Like they were creating this religion to justify their shitty behavior, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they tie it to the Abrahamic religions because they wanted to be able to conquer those regions to make the transition easier. They learned from how the Christians influenced the Romans. And if you read the version of the Islamic apocalypse from their Apocrypha, I forget what they call it. I'm way too tired for this, but it's sort of a mirror of what the Book of Revelation is. Except that the bad guys in the Book of Revelation are now the heroes. And
right.
Jesus joins them. It's really fucked up. The parallels are staggering.
But don't question Islam because, man, that makes you Islamophobic.
Yeah, sorry, guys, about that. Wasn't looking at my screen.
It is amazing to me the way that the left gets away with this shit. And I do think it's gotten a little better, Jack, which is probably what got Charlie shot. And I hate saying that. But the truth is that they've turned these people into giant children and they can't get their way. And when they don't get when a child doesn't get their way, what do? Not all children, undisciplined children, which they are. When undisciplined children don't get their way, what do? They lash out.
Yeah, and these people are used to getting their way all the time. They're used to having everything handed to them, and now you're taking away their toys. So
these are
they're not just undisciplined; they're feral.
Yes, yeah, that is actually a really good description. These are people
awesome.
who left Twitter because other people were going to be allowed to talk again, and then claimed that they were silenced. You silenced yourself. Nobody did that to you. You left.
Yeah.
How can I send kitty pictures? Send them in my DMs on Twitter. Same feral or some feral, some rabid. Yeah, rabid is another good way to put some of these. And the feral ones are bad enough. The rabid ones are the ones where we end up with horrific violence. Do you remember when that guy got shot in that was in Seattle, right? The one where he gets murdered in there and they tracked him down, the bald guy. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Seattle.
Do you remember the narrative that came out when that first happened? It was that guy was attacked and defending himself.
Yeah.
He actually, no, he was defending one of his friends was the story.
Yeah.
And then we saw the video, and actually he was lying in wait behind a car and murdered this guy in cold blood. Shot him right in the chest. And what was the left's reaction to that? And by the left, I mean the major news stories too, because the news did cover it, but only to point out that the guy was a shitbag who deserved to get shot. And then the real story comes out, and we're like, in other news,
yeah,
their answer. All of the fake BLM shit that we saw. Remember the chick who went to the library computer because she was mad not enough people turned out for her BLM event. So she went and sent hate mail to her school threatening her own thing. When the threat comes out, the news like, oh my God, the right wing is out here being horrifically racist and hates the blacks. And she did it herself. In other news.
Yeah, and that disappeared faster than you could bat an eye.
I mean, even the Jussie Smollett story, as much coverage as it got, barely any of the coverage in legacy. I'm done talking.
Legacy media.
In other news, in legacy, fuck me. Legacy. I can say the word legacy. I say it all the time.
Can you?
Legacy, motherfucker. Traditional media. There we go. This is why you should have a good vocabulary for when words fail you.
Do you hear that noise right now?
No.
That's the sound of Styx Hexenhammer shaking his head in shame at you not being able to see legacy media.
I've said legacy media 1,000 times on the show with no issue.
That was then. This is now.
Shit, I forgot what I was talking about because I couldn't say the word legacy. Have I mentioned I've had 4 hours of sleep in 2 days?
We are awesome at our jobs.
Nice recovery. I used to get really, really, really high marks on vocabulary back in school. Remember when we'd had to do the standardized test? And I'm not talking about the George Bush, but the old standardized test we'd have to take. I was always in like the 98th percentile on vocabulary, and it had nothing to do with me being really smart and knowing all these words. I had to know those words because I can't spell.
Yeah.
So I knew the words to say the same thing, but that I could spell. And bad spelling will help your grammar if you're still trying to write stuff. I got you beat, Monkey. I'm running on 2.5. Ooh, get some sleep, sweetie. What are you doing up listening to us?
Sleep is for the weak. Stay out of the dream realms. The dreamlands are bad.
Legacy media. Fuck you. I don't even know if he did that on purpose. Legacy media in the Seattle shooting. Yeah. In that Seattle shooting, I mean, they had nothing bad to say about the guy. And then we get, I was talking about Jussie Smollett is actually what I was talking about. None of the legacy media talked about how he was playing on racial fears. None of them brought that up. None of them brought up how he was slandering Trumpsters. All they were like, oh my God, did Kim Fox help him out? They stayed away from the most important part of that story. Thank you, Shilgarath. Legacy, legacy, legacy. John Wayne, Gacy, legacy, legacy. Fuck you. Thank you, my friend.
Brand is correct. It was in Portland. It was Aaron Danielson's murder. And the killer was
swore that was
Michael something.
Did they kill him in Seattle?
No, he was killed in Portland.
Huh. No, I'm talking about the guy who shot him.
Oh, hold on. I'll double check where that guy got killed.
Why do I remember Seattle?
Nope, he died in Portland. Well, it's because both of them are very similar shitholes, and we were watching both of them at the same time.
Yeah. And look, I was hopped up on mind-altering drugs, and not the good mind-altering ones, just the kind that make you have no memory.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I remember the event. There's about 10 years of my life that is very fuzzy to me.
Yeah, and Ryan Hull was killed in Olympia, Washington.
I didn't even get the joys of like coke or heroin or alcohol. No, it was gabapentin.
Yeah, I don't know about the joys of any of that, but
at least look, there's a reason people keep doing it. I'm just saying. Nobody becomes an addict because this is fucking gross. I got to do it again. Yeah. Whoops. Now I'm going to get in trouble for. I'm not suggesting anybody do drugs. I'm just saying
drugs bad.
At least real addicts get something out of it. I guess I did get a little bit of pain management, not as much as I got at the beginning. But yeah, that whole period is very fuzzy to me. No can DM you on tweets for some reason. Oh, just tag me on Twitter and I will follow you, and then you'll be able to send me DMs.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Cannibalistic Wizard. That was correct.
Okay. I had to close my DMs because it wasn't even the bad spam. It's not even like I got death threats and stuff. It was just like, we can help you get rich, or I want to see your pecker. And I wasn't interested in either.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of these days, the crypto bros are going to get confused and be like, you could get a bunch of crypto if you show me your wiener.
Yes. We can help you get pecker. Wait, what? I just love calling it.
Not Nick Fuentes.
I just love the term pecker for a wiener. It makes me laugh. And you know why, actually? It's because of the way my dad said it. Because my dad, he would really like emphasize it. Pecker. Like, damn. It was almost like he said it like a slur. Pecker. Like, God damn, Dad. Calm down.
The first time I ever heard it called a pecker, I thought they were talking about Woody Woodpecker.
Oh,
I was like, why do you guys hate him so much?
Woody was kind of a dick. It's why I liked him.
Yeah.
Portland, Seattle, differing between is like trying to find where the sewer starts on. Oh, where the sewer starts on your property. Oh, yeah, and both are shitty. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do know Seattle's where the chick did the triple axle off the front of the car.
Oh yeah, the Summer of Love, because her name was Summer.
I loathe the Woody Woodpecker show. The original, that shit, I loved Woody. The remake was kind of, can I call it gay? It was gay. They tried way too hard, but the original one, I mean, he was just such a dick.
I liked Woody overall, but it wasn't the star of the show for me. I was like Chili Willy.
Fair.
Because Chili Willy was adorable. And Droopy Dog.
Oh, my wife loved Droopy Dog. When it comes to those ones, my other favorite, the Magpies, that I don't even remember what their names were.
Oh, Heckle and Jekyll?
Was that them? Yeah, those two were funny as shit too.
Yeah.
I loved Woody Monk. There's nothing wrong with that. I love giving it to your mom. How you like me now, bitch?
Oh.
I'm not reading the rest of where he called me gay. I'm just going to make a mom joke and leave it at that. I love my wiener. Don't you love yours? What's wrong with yours? Is it bent and small? Chili Willy Goated. Fair. Summer of Love. I remember seeing APD tear gas. I'm guessing tear gas. I miss those videos. I miss when it was just shitbags yelling a lot and then getting sprayed with pepper spray.
Yeah.
Good times. But again, even then, we saw the violence. Maybe some people are right, and this is a turning point. This is a breaking point for the right. And if that's true, I just don't understand why. I don't understand why Trump getting shot should have been the breaking point. 2020 should have been the breaking point. A drug addict, even let's say the police killed George Floyd. I know there's going to be people, no, for argument's sake, let's say they killed George Floyd. Was that worth the shit we saw that happened afterwards? Even if they killed him in cold blood, would that have been right for Portland to set itself on fucking fire over it? It wasn't even in that state.
Hate fact.
So, I mean, I guess I get it because Charlie has become such a big figure in the world and he was a really nice guy. But if you go back to 2020, the police who were getting shit, they weren't doing anything. The shit in Portland, they were literally trying to burn down a federal building. Why? Because it was a federal building. That's the only reason they had. It's not like somebody in there was a horrible monster who had murdered a bunch of people. I mean, other than the criminals who came through, but like somebody working there. No. It was just, this is law and order and we need to get rid of it. That should have been a breaking point. If this is a breaking point and finally makes people stand up and call all these shitbags the shitbags they are and not stop until they admit they're shitbags, cool. But why did it take so long? I don't get it. I don't get it. And even me, as I said, I'm not a fan of Charlie. I didn't watch him all the time. And I had problems with some of what he did and said. But even me watching that today, I was shocked by how it hit me. And I don't know why. Because, I mean, they tried to kill Trump twice.
Yeah. But you expect it with a political figure. That's a risk, a known risk. But just somebody that goes and talks to people, like you said earlier, Charlie's the most milquetoast person of the right-wing sphere. He is incredibly non-threatening.
Too many straws plus up. Been 11 years of left-wing violence. Thank you, Frank. Yeah. The left-wing violence, I mean, I would even argue it goes longer than 11 years, but 11 years would be the Scalise shooting, right?
Yeah, right around then, I think. Probably before that, even.
I mean, lefty violence goes back to the Weather Underground. I mean,
it goes back to the Klan.
Yeah, the Klan in the 1800s. Yeah, lefty violence has always been a thing. The difference is that even with like the Weather Underground, the lefties in public media didn't pretend they were good people. They still liked them, but they at least pretended that they were bad people.
Yeah.
And that's changed. I mean, look at that bitch we just saw on MSNBC.
Well, they've gotten more brazen because they can.
Hmm? Excuse me. Thank you, Michael. It's been getting worse and worse over time. The right is remarkably tolerant, and it has taken an extreme amount of time for them to drop the infinite loser mentality. It's finally starting to bubble over, and it's scary. I don't think you're right about it bubbling over. My hope is that it doesn't.
If it does, there's going to be a lot of dead people.
Trump proved you can beat these guys the legit way. Yeah. I mean, he proved it. You don't have to resort to their tactics. I sincerely hope that this doesn't lead to the violence, but I do think, I mean, it's amazing how many right-wingers I've seen give praise to people like Gavin Newsom, who I will remind you less than a week ago was talking about bringing violence against Republicans. But now that Charlie's shot, he's like, there's no place in civilized society for political violence. Please don't make me next. I saw so many lefties today talking about that chick who got shot in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I forget her name, and this is gonna sound very callous. But there's a reason her story didn't blow up like Charlie Kirk's has. It's because she was a state politician. And whether you guys know it or not, state politicians die sometimes violently. Charlie was a national media figure. And that's why it's gotten so much more attention than she did. It's not that she was a lefty, so I don't agree with anything the woman ever said, but she didn't deserve to die. But the reality of our world is that some people, when it comes to the news media, are more important than others are. Charlie is a national figure. She was a state congresswoman. And even then, the heads of the parties all said the right things, like there's no place for violence. Of course, the left said there's no place for violence. Those fucking right-wingers, they're not even human. Something bad should happen to them too. It's a little bit longer of a speech that they have. But even in that case, I mean, the right did come out, the people who knew of the case, and they all were like, this was, okay, I don't want to say all. Mike Lee had to get rid of a tweet because he blamed it on the left, and it was actually a right-wing idiot who did it. But even then, he didn't condone it. And people point to that and go, look what Mike Lee did then. Yeah, he got the shooter's political affiliation wrong. Is he wrong about the left encouraging violence?
No.
Not at all.
Her name was Melissa Hortman. Thank you, Dangerous.
Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, what happened to her and her husband? Fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And I hope the guy because they caught him, right? He didn't get killed in the capture or anything. I hope that man has a miserable rest of his life. I hope it is long and miserable. I'm for the death penalty in a lot of cases, Jack, but there's some people that I think should be allowed to live for a really long time, and we just take an ounce of their flesh every day.
Yeah, some people should live a long, miserable life.
Yeah. I want them to suffer. I don't want them to have a quick exit. Unfortunately, in our system, they get to live, even if they get on death row, they get to live a long, cushy life on our dime. And I'm not opposed to them getting to live a long time after that. I just think it should be in very uncomfortable conditions. And by uncomfortable, I mean extremely uncomfortable. The only blanket they should get is for the waterboarding. He made a likely and logical assumption that turned out wrong. Yeah. And for the record, there's a reason that I'm not calling the shooter a lefty. I honestly could see it being a righty because some on the right have become fucking insane. Some of them, the group that's like, we need to embrace their tactics. Look at those people now. They are fucking insane. Because when you embrace violent rhetoric, then yeah, it's gonna have a toll on you. You're gonna turn into the shitbag that you hated, supposedly. I mean,
yeah, Stabbing Westward once said, I will become the thing I hate.
Yeah. You want pain and suffering for a long time so that they can tell others No, I don't want. I want them on pay-per-view with no sound. I can think of lots of little ways to harm them constantly. I'm talking about the worst of the worst. If you knock over a liquor store and you don't kill anybody, okay, go to jail for a while and have regular jail experience. You murder a father of two in broad daylight in front of 1,000 people. I have special things I want to happen to you.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the Chinese on much, Jack.
A little water torture, though, and organ harvesting, for the right kind of people.
Bamboo shoots have their uses, is all I'm saying.
True story.
Yeah, get that fucker to confess to shit he never did every day for the rest of his life.
I'd get that bastard to confess to the Chicago fire of 1920.
But when this asshole finally does get caught,
and he will.
Yep, he's already spotted. If it's the guy they think he is, spotted running across those roofs. If he was running across those roofs, somebody caught this asshole on camera.
Yeah, there were way too many camera phones out there and surveillance throughout campus. The guy's on film somewhere.
Somebody brought up a good point that they should check with anybody who has Teslas that was there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's how he gets caught, like all those idiots who were, vandalizing Teslas.
Look, they get one photo of the guy and they can run facial recognition and run it through every single surveillance thing that's online. Because the Five Eyes program, they can spy on pretty much anything. So if he had a cell phone on him, they probably have a ping from it, and they're just sorting out whose is what. So I'm sure they'll be able to track this person down. It's just a matter of if he's connected, like if he's part of some political affiliation, like the FBI or something, or he's a protected person in some other way. So that's the only thing that we'd have to worry about, because this location is pretty close to the airport. So he could have already left the country.
What I was getting at there is, even if this guy turns out to be a diehard Fuentes groiper, the left will still lionize him because he might be one of the shitbags, but at least he got rid of that other shitbag. Mark my words, that's how it would go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There would be they will cheer him just because he did this. The Prometheus treatment, I'm all for it. Make it pay-per-view and give all of the proceeds to Charlie's family. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I didn't think about this guy being able to actually get out of the country.
Yeah,
my guess though,
5-minute drive from the location.
My guess though is that he's still here and he's going somewhere in hiding here because nobody at this point knows who he is.
Fortunately for normal people, lefties like to brag. So this person has already told somebody that they did it, and that person needs to come forward.
Groypers don't have the initiative to do anything other than gay sex. I'm just saying if. But again, and there's going to be people who don't like me saying this. There's some Trumpers I could see who could have done this. I saw one guy today. Really, what happened to Charlie Kirk? And somebody pointed out that for the last 2 weeks, that same person has been doing nothing but calling Charlie a pedo protector.
No, it doesn't work for the FBI.
Yeah, I can't anymore. Ugh, my patience is out with these people.
Yeah.
I just want to find people with blue hair and call them fat and ugly. Is that wrong?
No, that would just be stating obvious things. You got to get a little deeper than that.
Nope, that'll be enough to make them cry, and that's all I want. I can't believe we're at this place in America, man.
I mean, it's been predictable for a while that we would end up here. I'm surprised it took this long, quite frankly.
Me too. I mean, and I think Trump winning has helped stave it off. Because he did. He showed you can do it the right way. But at some point, we got to stand up and say enough is enough with this kind of shit. With the Harry system was just brought up. We have to say enough is enough with people like Harry and Hassan and Destiny and all of these people who push, and for that matter, Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow and these people who push hateful rhetoric while claiming that the other side is doing, they're being hateful. At some point, we got to just stand up and go, no, we're not playing that game anymore. We're not playing the game that me pointing out that you're biologically male is me somehow being hateful, fucker. We're not playing that game anymore.
Yeah. The left's hypocrisy on guns is now very apparent to a lot of people, too, because they always bitch about how they want to ban guns. Yet they seem to use them a lot to kill innocent people and children.
Well, it's okay when it's for the right cause. Remember, there's never it's not bad tactics, only bad targets.
Yeah, I cannot stand the hypocrisy on that. That they continue to be such hypocritical douchebags, and again, nobody's calling them out on it.
Those evil Nazi fucks are being hateful. What? I can actually top that with a real example. I know that's a take on the way the left treats things, but there's a wonderful example today from Meaty Hassan. Did you see that shit?
I might have. I don't know. I saw a lot of stuff today.
Where is that cocksucking piece of shit? This one. Nope, that's Constantine. Fuck, I tweeted a lot today.
It's been a busy day for my burning rage.
Just want to point out that this piece of shit coward made it so only his followers can reply.
Of course.
He said this. Judging by the shamefully opportunistic and politicizing rhetoric of some right-wingers on this hell site and their cynical use of Charlie Kirk's horrific murder for political point scoring, it's almost as if Representative Melissa Hortman wasn't murdered by a MAGA maniac just 12 weeks ago. I'm sorry. Did you start this out by calling other people shamefully opportunistic?
Yeah. Told you, hypocrites, man.
These are horrible people.
Yeah.
They're just bad people.
I'd argue evil is in there for quite a few of them, but yeah.
I mean, evil's apt description, honestly, for most of them. I fucking hate these people. Okay. Who was it? Oh, Divine. I need to remember. Guys, just as a reminder, when I tell you guys to follow me or you don't even have to follow me. If you want my attention on Twitter so you can get to my DMs, I miss a lot of what is said to me especially on a day like this where my feed was blown up today, man. If I miss it, please just try again. I'm honestly I'm not ignoring you or anything. Oh, but look at the kitty Divine sent in. Oh, I'm assuming because she's so pretty. Look at that face.
Aw.
It's a pretty kiki.
I feel like she's judging me through the monitor.
This is how Phoebe always looks at me, so it's just normal.
Yeah, I mean, look, my cat judges me constantly, and it's always a look of disappointment.
Yes. Oh, man. Kitty of judgment, yes. It's almost the look that Phoebe gives when you try to take her picture, because she's like, I said no pictures, prick.
Yeah.
She gives me the same look my wife gives me when I'm annoying her.
Yeah, it's definitely a woman look. Like I know what's being said telepathically. I don't know the words, but I know the intention. It's probably how it's like to be a Beta Z. Just saying. Star Trek reference.
Phoebe is remarkably good at communicating what she wants. Mainly by being a shit until you give it to her.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like, if I don't carry her up the stairs, at the top of our stairs, Jack, she has a little cat house. It has 3 scratching posts on it.
Mm-hmm.
If she's happy, she will scratch her scratching post. If she's upset, she will scratch the banister right beside the scratching post.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And if I walk upstairs without carrying her upstairs and she comes up right afterwards, she will scratch on that banister to let me know she's upset with me.
No,
I'm
she's marking how many times you failed her.
You're a fucking cat. You can crawl upstairs on your own.
Could, but why?
Sir, thank you so much, my friend. Hello again, Monkey. Man, back at the beginning because thanks for the entertainment and distraction. I'm happy to try. I don't know how entertaining I've been because I'm just tired of it, and it's all rushing back. All of these things that we've gone through over the years. I've been on this platform for 9 years. Can you guys tell me how many times I've said something nice about liberals?
I'm sure a couple times.
I know I've done it, but
Yeah.
how many? Especially compared to how often I've been like, fuck these people. And more often than not, it's fuck these people. Because I get here right before the 2016 election. I started in September of 2016. So 2 months before the election. And at that time, this is when the trans stuff is starting to blow up. And then we got all of the bedroom feminists on YouTube. That was really big at the time. Where, wait, I've been subbed to you for 8 years. I know it's been a long time, ain't it? Where the bedroom feminists would tell us things like men are sexist for wanting the office cool enough for them to wear their jackets. Men are pigs because this whore walked around dressed like a tramp for 10 hours and 5 guys said, hey, you look nice.
Yeah, she got like 3 actual cat calls.
Yeah. And then we go on from there to even more of the trans fight and the 2020 election and the 2020 shit show that was the summer. I'm trying to think of the number of times where I can point to the liberal side of things and go, they're right here. Logically, they are right in this instance. And I can't think of very many. I actually, at this moment, I can't think of any. And I know it's happened.
Yeah, I mean, Fetterman was right on a couple of things.
It's not never devil.
Thinking,
ask the audience. I've pissed them off many times, but none of them are coming to mind at the moment. I can tell you the ones that they've been wrong on because they're still being wrong on them now.
I think there were a couple of like bills that had some issues that a couple of the lefties were correct on, but yeah, I'm drawing a blank too because there's so much bullshit that they do.
Usually when I am agreeing with them, it's because of something procedural. Like, I do basically agree with the left that Donald Trump shouldn't be doing tariffs. But it's not because I'm against tariffs. I think Congress should be doing their fucking job and doing it. But they are right that he's not supposed to have that power. Congress gave him that power. Their stupid emergency powers shit. So technically, if you're going by the Constitution, no, Trump shouldn't be able to implement tariffs. But see, even then, they're disingenuous because it's not that they're against the idea of tariffs. They're against the idea of tariffs because Trump's doing it. It's not a philosophical difference with tariffs or even that he's not doing it right. It's that it's him. If Biden was doing it, there was no problem. And we know this because Biden continued Trump tariffs in his term. How many How many fucking Democrats went out there and went, he can't do this? None. So even when I do agree with them, it's only on a technicality. Because they're so wrong all the time. And why is that, Jack?
Because they're evil.
Because they're commies, which tomato. They're dirty little commie shitbags. To be honest, they just hate Trump messes with their insider trading. The weird thing about Trump is if you go back to pre-Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton changes the game quite a bit by implementing a lot of Republican ideas into his campaign. So go pre-92. Donald Trump would be a dream candidate for the left. That's 20 years ago, Jack. He would have been their dream candidate, and now he's the fucking Antichrist.
That's closer to 30, dude.
It's 22 or 23. It's not closer to. That's closer to 20 than 30. You are bad at math.
I am really bad at math.
Actually, you're right. It's 33.
Oh shit! I was right.
You are right. Yeah, but you are horrible at math.
Yeah, I'm absolutely horrible at math.
Yeah, it's 33 years ago. You're right. But okay, even then, it's not that long. We're not talking about generational shifts here. And the shift came on really immediately, and it was literally only over the immigration issue. Something that just years earlier, Obama was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
The difference is they knew Trump would actually try doing it. That's why he ran as a Republican. Because if he would have ran as a Democrat, he would have had to do a John McCain and be like, I think we should stop illegal immigration, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna pay it lip service so I can say I was against it. God, that is the left, man. I mean, it's the political violence today. They're just paying lip service. They're not actually against political violence.
No, they're, if anything, they're absolutely for it because they've shown it's that through their actions.
There are a bunch of people like Gavin Newsom who today are like, there's no place for political violence, who I promise you smiled when Charlie died.
Oh, yeah. Newsom is a terrible person.
Uh-huh. And as bad as it is for some of these people to be out there, like I talked about that trans person, like he probably made some trans kids kill themselves. Yeah, I'm sure trans kids were watching a lot of Charlie fucking Kirk. At least those people are being honest about their hatred. I know where I stand with somebody like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to guess like, oh, shitbag. But these dirty ass politicians and media personalities who are like, I can't believe this kind of shit would happen. I can't believe that in Trump's fascist America that somebody would get killed. He made trans people kill themselves. He was hateful. How many of them do you think even ever saw an actual clip of Charlie Kirk?
Probably like 10%.
Now, the other one that I want to give a little credit to, because we're giving credit to Fetterman, TYT came out hard against this. And
yeah, I saw Chunky Yogurt's thing on it.
I think Chunk is a piece of shit, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure how much that I can say that
may or may not touch donkeys inappropriately.
Yeah, he said some questionable things about animals. I don't know, other than like back in the Milo days we were talking about earlier, because TYT was one of the ones like, it was outside actors. But they didn't deny the violence happened. They were just like, it's not the left, it's those agitators. You mean the lefty agitators?
Yeah, the paid ones. Yeah.
I think Anna has softened Cenk a little bit, and we know Anna has softened a little bit. So I'm at least willing to give Anna and Cenk a little benefit of doubt there. The other people on TYT, not even a little bit. Fuck both of them.
Yeah.
However many are left around there. But the rest of them, like Hassan, where at first he's I don't want to say conciliatory, but at least not shitbaggian. What happens immediately after turns into a shitbag? Because he doesn't know any other way to be. Yeah, just like when people say they hate Fox and never watch it. But hey, fat people on CNN told him to hate it. Him and Vaush love their horses. Well, Vaush, from what we know, likes ponies. He even likes his horse porn to be kitty. Cenk is just grifting and trying to protect Hassan. I disagree. Did you see Anna going off about Hassan? Calling him a disloyal little shit? Oh, yeah.
Saucy.
What? Yeah, I forget what show she was on, but it was in one of Pegasus's videos. She just ripped into Hassan for how he treats Cenk, and yeah. She's very protective of him for somebody who's not married to him.
Yeah, there's some weird loyalty there.
Yeah, I don't want to suggest that they actually did it just because they've, been ridiculously close.
I think I just threw up a little in my mouth.
She is incredibly protective of Cenk, and she lost her shit on Hassan the other day. Anyway, I don't know that I'm going to be able to sleep, but I think I'm done talking for now. I feel a little calmer. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I don't know how these people don't just start laughing in the middle of the shit they say. Like, in the middle of Gavin Newsom's tweet about this, he should have had an ellipse and then a ha 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 and left it at that. Don't leave, monkey. Give me something to talk about, and maybe I'll stay away. Don't sleep, monkey. Pfft, like the world could get more fucked up.
I would not be jinxing that and trying to call that bluff, because the world has a habit of proving you wrong on that front.
Fair enough. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk to the Americans in chat. I'm sorry for your country. We'll survive. It's a shitty day. We've had worse and we'll have worse. But I appreciate it. Be sorry for his family, because that's the real tragedy here.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the wife and kids, man. That's horrible, dude, what they're going through.
One of the videos that I was watching, I forget which one it was. I mentioned before that Megyn Kelly played the one where his daughter comes running to him on the set of Fox and Friends. Well, there's a bunch of clips somebody put together of him and his family, and
yeah, it's hard to watch, man.
As the dad of a daughter, man, my daughter is an adult, and she's been an adult for several years. I'm not giving out her age, Jack, but she's been an adult for several years, and even now, I would never want to leave my daughter. That's my little girl, and I want to be there to protect her and help her in any way I can. And seeing these two little girls, I mean, one of them's they're both toddlers still, and one's barely a toddler now. These are young kids.
They're very young children.
And everything they're going to know about their dad is going to come from the internet and stories mom tells.
Yeah. Well, he was only 31. People forget how young he actually is.
My mom died when I was 14, and just the next 4 years of childhood was miserable. I can't imagine the entirety of my childhood being like that. And especially, her dad talked. He got murdered for talking. I don't know the world where that's okay. That's not a world I live in.
Yeah.
But it's one that MSNBC lives in. I mean, that motherfucker blamed him for his own shooting.
Fucking vile, man.
See the New York Times headline?
Dark times, man. We live in dark times. No.
New York Times headline said Charlie Kirk died. No, he was murdered, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not like he, fell asleep and didn't wake up.
Where is that one? Yeah, because my comment on this was it's the New York Times. I'm surprised it didn't say Charlie Kirk got himself killed. This is their headline. Charlie Kirk, right-wing force and a close Trump ally, dies at 31.
Yeah,
and then
Wikipedia called him a white supremacist. So.
I saw that. The subheading says, the founder of Turning Point USA played a central role in organizing young voters and giving shape to the pro-Trump agenda. He was fatally shot during a speaking event in Utah. You have to get to the end of the subheadline to find out how he died. Fuck. What is it we always say? You can't hate the media enough. But I really am. I mean, it is basically what MSNBC said, that, Charlie got himself killed. I'm a little bit afraid of Twitter tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be ugly.
A lot of the people who do streaming and stuff weren't doing it yesterday or had already done it, and a lot of them will be back tomorrow and can have their opinions on this. And that's going to be a shit show. I have a feeling I should just stay off Twitter because I've had blood pressure issues in the past.
I get it.
I had to get off Twitter, monkey. Believe it or not, Twitter is cathartic for me. It lets me get out a little bit of my rage fucking with retards.
Well, you seem to really find the shallow end of the gene pool on X all the time. It's almost like you jump in muddy puddles in real life. So you jump in like the fucking shallow end of societal gene pool on X.
Speaking of the shallow end of the gene pool, I want to, for the people who missed it before, I want to bring up Mundane Matt just because I like shitting on this guy.
God, he's so dumb.
Yeah, where is his stupid shit? No, that's Meaty. That's that prick. Yeah, I want it with my tweet in there because it makes me laugh. So Matt took a quote that Charlie said, and the quote is, I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have a Second Amendment. Charlie Kirk, 2023. And then he goes on to say, maybe it's time to rethink that. If I thought he was genuine, I probably would have left him alone. If I thought he really was trying to talk to people who believe in the Second Amendment, like, hey, got this guy killed, I probably would have left him alone. I think he's an idiot, but he tweeted this right after the shooting. I'd stepped away from the internet for a moment, so I don't know if this is before or after Charlie gets killed, or before he's announced that he's been killed. But either way, he's dancing on a man's grave.
Yeah.
And I just pointed out that the shitty people are letting you know who they are today, which I stand by. And this little prick wrote this. You're still alive? Holy shit. Yeah, I likely died before 50. Are you still waking up in the middle of the night from your nocturnal emission dreams about AOC?
What?
What? I replied to him that I said, look, who's trying to be an edgy cunt and only landing the second half of that. And he hasn't come back yet.
Well, he's got to go consult Pulley, the polar bear.
Yeah, he's got to go talk to his pedo bear. Today's word is no, I can't say that. I'm all for genuine conversation, and in the spirit of Charlie, I'm all for having conversations. But don't let any of these assholes, because somebody responded and was like trying to have a real conversation with me about it. And the first, I was mean as shit to him in the first post. And they're like, no, it's an honest conversation. All right. Hit me up another time and not in the threat of a fat cunt.
Yeah.
I said cunt a lot today.
I know you did, buddy.
I am not going to entertain any of these shitbags who are like, no, I'm just trying to have a conversation about the Second Amendment. Because no, you're not. You weren't doing it yesterday, but today suddenly it's an important topic.
Yeah.
You're doing it to dance on Charlie's grave, and I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that with you. And I'm also not entertaining any of these people who are shitting on Charlie. It is really amazing how comfortable they are doing that.
No, there's no consequences in their world.
This isn't Xi Jinping. This isn't Kim Jong-il. This isn't Pol Pot. This is Charlie fucking Kirk. And you're dancing on the man's grave. You're happy that a family's been destroyed.
I told you, man, they're just evil. There's a lot of evil people out there. If you celebrate murder, you're the bad person here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around that.
Again, there are times I will celebrate death. There are certain people who deserve to die. Charlie wasn't one of them. Most people aren't. I mean, most people are just people, even if they've got shitty views. Most people are just people.
Yeah.
There are very few who deserve to die. And I just can't. I can't with these people. It was bad enough when that CEO got killed. And they were all cheering. It's, yay! Healthcare in America sucks. Kill that guy. Yeah, because he's responsible for your healthcare. But now with Charlie, man, I mean, as bad as their excuse for it, like Taylor Lorenz with her I understand. He's caused the death of thousands of people. No proof of that, by the way. So I get why Luigi, that sexy beast, did it. You can't even point to something like that with Charlie. The worst you can do is say he hurt people's feelings. That's the worst you can say. I was going to give examples of right-wingers who've said far worse, but I don't want to give them targets.
Yeah, no shit.
But I can name 30 right-wingers who've said far worse than Charlie ever did.
Yeah, like I said, Charlie's milquetoast, man. He is just like, it's like low-hanging fruit, dude. You didn't even go after somebody that's like edgy or really controversial. You went after the guy that actually has civil discourse and like shows respect to people. Come on. Lazy.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm still in shock. Charlie was 2 days younger than me. My son is 4 years old. As a father and husband, my heart breaks for his wife and children. Yeah, me too. Look, my sadness will come. I do have empathy for them, but right now my anger's way overpowered my my sorrow. Sorrow has its time. It's not now. Anger and rage is the right productive anger and rage.
Yeah,
is the right call right now. That's where you should be as a man. I get it. I'm a dad too. I'm a granddad, and those little girls are similar ages to my granddaughters, man.
And they're going to be very confused about what's going on. They're not going to understand it.
Nope. The baby is probably the lucky one here. And this is the most fucked up luck, saying the lucky one. The older girl is old enough to, for the next several years, be asking where daddy is.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of hard conversations in that family over the years, and they're gonna have to live with the fact that their dad was not only murdered, it was all over the internet, and there's a bunch of vile, disgusting sons of bitches out there cheering it on.
I'm a woman. I'm riding the roller coaster of emotions like a faggot. I appreciate that comment so much. Thank you for that one. I also want to thank all the people who sent me cat pictures today, because it really does help me, because I love kitty cats. Don't get me wrong, I'm enraged too. I understand, Jonathan. Thank you for the donation. No, I get it. But I do see a lot of people on the right who are already, we need to tone down the rhetoric. It's not the rhetoric on the right that needs toned down. They need to turn down the rhetoric. Say it right.
Yeah, the left needs to calm down, and they need to stop being violent.
I sent you enough cats today. You did, and I appreciate it, Evil One. I really do.
They're adorable kitties, too.
I got so many kitty cat pictures today, and I appreciate it. I love cats. They calm me. Studies show people who have cats live longer.
That's true.
That is absolutely true. And it's probably a companionship thing. I don't know if they've ever done the study with dogs, but I imagine it's similar with dogs. But dogs are harder.
I think
we picked up our lag. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I think dogs are just a little harder to take care of as you get older.
Yeah, they're more high maintenance.
And they don't even like Charlie Kirk. A lot of them don't. Look, I had my issues with him, but I mean, you guys can go back. It was only a couple weeks ago the last time I made fun of Charlie. But go back there and see if you can find anything where I suggest, and I'm not saying you said this, but go see if I couldn't disagree with him without suggesting that he's a horrible rapist, murderer who deserves to die. And then go watch anybody on the left talking about him and see if you can find where they're not doing that.
Yeah, you'd be pretty hard pressed.
Dogs are the usual support and therapy animals. Yeah, but cats provide companionship. Like my father-in-law is one of the greatest examples I've seen of this. He's not a cat person. But they get his cat Snowball, and he turns into the biggest cat dad you've ever seen. I mean, he used to feed this cat pork rinds every night on his lap. Because she liked pork rinds, and he wanted to please her. He was well trained by this kitty cat.
Apparently.
Yeah. And they are so much more. You have to feed them and clean their litter box. You don't have to take them for a walk every day. And yeah, so they're an easier companion later in life. Got a donation coming through. Hang on one second. It's a longer one. Thank you, Cast1X. They drew a line. So sorry. If you are on or past this line, you deserve violence. We've known this, but they just made it very clear to a lot of people that moderation is unacceptable to the left. Also, I can't DM you or I'd send you my dog. It's 2025 for fuck's sake. Chaos, do you follow me on I don't know if you're a gamer. Do you have me over on what's it called? Steam. Yeah. I had to look at the bottom of my screen and see the icon so I could remember the name of it. I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm exhausted. Monkey, my dogs got me trained as well. What are those words?
My dogs got me trained as well.
Are you just fucking with me?
That looks like some like Cthulhu summoning words. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to say them out loud and be responsible for the end of the world.
It might be some naughty words in another language too.
Problem for me because my younger brother I can't have cats. He's deathly allergic. Oh, that sucks, Beth. Steam, how it feels to be real. What?
Oh, they get fed a half chicken.
Oh, fed a half chicken. Well done, Devil Pup. The real eye test, no shit. Fuck. Look, my reading's not the best to begin with. I have eyesight problems, and I'm extremely tired. I have all the excuses in the world for why I couldn't figure that out. And if you look at it, it's not that hard to figure out now. Once you know what it is, it's kind of like those old eye puzzles. Once you could do them, you could always see it.
Well, he corrected it in the next line, so that made it a lot easier for me.
Oh, did he? I missed that line completely.
I didn't crack that code. I was like, oh.
I saw somebody in chat say it. Most feds are chickens. That's what he really meant to say, Faithless.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably not wrong.
Love my cat. Oh, me too. You guys know how I feel about feeds. That fucking cat, man. She just wiggled her right into our heart.
That's what they do.
Yep. They're like, look how cute I am. And then they take over everything.
That sounds right. Not wearing my bifocals. Yeah, I know the feeling, man.
Oh, it's almost 5. I really should wrap this up because my internet's going to get even worse. Jack, anything else you want to throw in here?
No, it's a tragic day for everything that happened, and I really hope his family can recover from this. I hope they catch the guy soon that did it, and any accomplices, because it's absolutely repulsive. This is not a way a civilized society should run.
No. I do want to thank you, Satsu, and Scribbles for. I feel like I've really monopolized the time tonight, but when I'm angry, I talk. It's how I learned to deal with what my mom called my Irish temper, Jack. And talking does help. At least it gets the thoughts out of my head, and then I can think about something else.
Yeah, and look, we all need to kind of take a step back and decompress because there's a lot of anger from this. For all the differences we had with Charlie, we were never enemies or anything like that of his. We weren't antagonistic toward him. We made fun of him, but we make fun of everybody, so we're kind of assholes on that front. But yeah, I just think they chose the most random this is like shooting Ned Flanders.
Yeah,
you know, it's disgusting. You're going after somebody that's just completely not threatening. I'm absolutely disgusted by everything that happened, but we've all had to kind of process a lot of anger today, and I think that you need to direct that anger in positive ways, or things will spiral, because it creates a never-ending cycle, and the last thing we need is an Ouroboros of violence.
Yeah, like I said, I hold on to that righteous anger because it is righteous anger. Just use it appropriately.
Yeah,
they're appropriate outlets for it.
Don't let the hate consume you.
Let it motivate you to fix things.
Yeah.
And for those of you who do pray, please pray for his family. Man, I can't imagine what they're going through right now. That poor woman.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her. That is not anything I would ever wish upon a good Christian family like that. Like they're decent people. They didn't deserve this.
Not a fan of Charlie, but I had no problem with him though. Yeah, I feel you, Beth. I wasn't a fan. I liked some of what he said. He annoyed me a lot. I haven't even mentioned it. Me and him have interacted on Twitter before. We weren't friends. We didn't DM each other, but he has replied to things that I've said, and we've had back and forths before. Because that was Charlie's thing.
Yeah. Look, he wasn't a bad guy.
No.
And that, I mean, you're not talking about like the guy that Gary Plouse shot, who was a kid diddler or anything. This is just some guy that liked to talk to people.
Yep.
And hear different points of view. And that's what makes this so disgusting is, it's like the shooting of Martin Luther King Jr., man. You're shooting somebody that's basically a pacifist. It's gross.
Yeah.
And it's completely antithetical to what this country stands for.
This day sucked. And I feel bad for my wife because I wasn't there how I should have been for her birthday.
Yeah.
I still tried my best. And for a little while, it was out of my head when we were out shopping and we were hanging out and having fun together. And then I checked my phone, and as soon as I already died, I've just been in a funk ever since.
Yeah. Our interactions in DMs really was my way of venting a little bit. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just hope people are able to go with their better angels, because otherwise it's going to spiral horribly, and I don't want to see that.
KS1X, thank you so much. Boycott Yodi. Devs supporting this. That's the new Tsushima game, right? I saw Grums talking or tweeting out about them. Yeah, cheering this on, and then a whole bunch of other game devs from different companies, including Bungie, liking the tweet where the guy was being a cunt. And oh, by the way, daughter, if you listen to this, don't listen to it with the kids around. I say cunt a lot in the last 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the show, we're gonna tell you not to listen to this around the kids.
Hey, I gave a warning. Nobody says warnings have to come at the beginning.
That's a legitimate point, actually. Spoiler alert.
I only make legitimate points. They may not always be sensical, but they are legitimate. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out with us, and just especially on this after party where I'm just venting. Most of the time when I do a show, I at least have an idea of where I'm going and stuff. And this one, I just had to talk. And Jack, thank you for listening.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm right there with you. Look, this has been a rough day. I think we all kind of needed to blow off some steam and just kind of talk about what happened and work through what's going on, because that keeps you from dwelling on it in a negative way. And if you bury those emotions and let them pent up, bad things happen.
Danger says, "Oh, your baby's talking already, cunt." Okay, let's finish on a funny story. So the other day, we were down at my daughter's house, and no, it was when we went to the family, not family reunion. It was a family reunion. It was because of my uncle's 50th anniversary. Well, the girls are riding with us, and we're going out with my daughter and son-in-law, and the girls always want to ride with grandma and grandpa, so they're all in our car, and we're following my daughter, and some car cuts between us when there is no real room for them to have done so. And I didn't even mean to say it. And I went, "You dick." And then I went, "Ugh." I said, "Girls, don't say what grandpa just did." And from the back, my daughter's middle child goes, "Why'd you say you dick?" I was like, now I have to have a conversation with her mother.
No, you say the guy that drives that car, his name's Richard. And Dick is short for Richard.
It was just so cute the way she said it, because she was genuinely curious. Why'd you say you dick?
Why do you say that? Did you ever watch those compilations of little kids saying swear words?
No, but I do love when little kids swear. You have to tell them no, but when it happens, you giggle to yourself.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's this really funny one of this little girl walking around yelling, "Fucking bitch." And it is so adorable.
When my daughter was little, we were at my dad's house, and my daughter, for some reason, said shit. Probably because her father says it. But my stepmom's like, don't say that. And so, shit. So my stepmom, okay, you're going to timeout. And she grabs her hand to take her to timeout. And the whole way, my daughter just goes, shit, 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 shit. And I am laughing so fucking hard. I'm like, yeah, that behavior needs corrected, but that was funny.
Well, I mean, might as well get it all out while you can before you get punished.
Yeah, punishment's not getting worse than timeout. You know what the punishment is? Fuck it,
yeah.
Earn it.
You might as well make it worthwhile.
No, that's bad. Then why? And I actually did say, I to my granddaughter, like, Grandpa said, I didn't mean to say it. I shouldn't have said that. Don't repeat what I said. And as far as I know, she hasn't yet, but I do dread the day when my daughter calls me up and goes, so the little one got in trouble today for calling a classmate a dick. I try to watch my mouth around them because they are at the age where they repeat stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who believes don't swear around children because you teach children not to swear. It's how you teach children not to swear. But I do try to limit it. It's not as much of a part of my conversation as it is on this show. But then again, it's not in my normal life either. It's not like me and Lady are sitting around and I'm just like, cunt and fucking shit. No, it's a little exaggerated for the show, Jack.
Have you considered like some creative use of words like queef nugget?
No, because then, you know why you don't do that, Jack? Because then it can actually be traced back to you. There's a good chance my daughter or my granddaughter has heard the word dick somewhere else. So if she ever says it, she might have caught that on CNN or something.
And we all know it's going to be you because your daughter watches the show.
I'm just saying, you can't prove it.
Your plausible deniability shrinks more with each minute.
Fitz says, wait, maybe her classmate was being a dick. That is a fair point too.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
But anyway, guys, thank you for listening to us. Thank you for everything you do. You guys are so kind. Thank you for the donations. Jack, anything you want to show?
No, not anymore. You guys see the links in the description. Go check out the channels. But yeah, it's just it's been a rough day, and
yeah,
hopefully things will calm down. Oh, the DC writer got fired. Good. I hope that's accurate.
There's a whole bunch of people who deserve to be fired today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Libs of TikTok had a list going of different people in public institutions who were cheering this shit on, and there's another guy out there who's keeping track of active duty service members who are doing it. Good luck to you pricks.
Oh my God, yeah. I saw some people from like DOJ were saying shit too. Like, come on, man. What? You're risking your career over that? Something stupid like that, being an edgy boy.
Yep.
People are fucking dumb, dude. They deserve to get fired if you do dumb shit like that. Celebrating a random person's death. Fucking gross.
Yep. Yeah, and with that, Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here, even on the darker days.
This is an after party. There's no songs. So take care of yourselves. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
I almost started singing. I almost lied to my audience. I'm not Hassan.